Hey.
Come on, that song is my shit.
That's all. Hey, do what you feel tonight.
That's what she said.
Hey, where the you got your thing on, son. You put
What?
it somewhere. So I put my joint somewhere.
Yeah, you wanna be my friend now, right? I got the charger.
Never that.
Yeah.
My shit charged, nigga.
Yeah, fuck your charge, nigga. Fuck your charge.
Can't see it.
Fuck your charge. Yeah. And I hope you burn in hell.
Okay, so as you
It's
can
hot
see,
as witch pussy.
What I'm gonna do about my legs, Eddie Murphy?
we waiting on the producer to say go, and then we
Beat Joe Lewis's ass.
Woo! Are we ready?
We on?
Does the intro play already?
You said forget it, so we've been to that one.
Oh, so I'm okay.
Oh, that was the intro?
That was the intro? Okay.
What?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. There we go. Never mind.
Go. This nigga's.
Ladies and gentlemen, episode 5 of the Kickback Podcast. Welcome. I am Gerard J, radio and TV personality in the ATL, flanked by R&B superstar, 2-time Grammy nominee, my brother Case right here with us.
Yes, sir.
What up?
Yes.
And we got a room full of black excellence tonight, man. This is going to be one of them episodes where if you miss anything tonight, you are going to be hearing about it from all type of different avenues. So just make sure that you remain where you at. Also, make sure that you tell everybody that you know how to get to where you are right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Case, let's intro these brothers together. Yes,
sir.
Show you right.
30 years in the game.
30 years in the game. Responsible for the type of hit records that never ever will fade away. Responsible for timeless music.
Yes, sir.
When you hear even one of them saying, you know exactly what group they're a part of. That type of a sound right there. Ladies and gentlemen, Silk is in the building.
Yes, sir. What up, y'all?
Joe Lewis's ass.
Joe Lewis, 137 years old when the fall.
All the brothers is in the building. Gentlemen, what's up, man? All my brothers is here, man. I'm glad everybody's here. This is going to be a good night.
Nigga Timzo come fuck with me.
We're in the building.
Yeah.
It's a party now.
I had to leave that counter road for a minute. Come on down.
Yes, sir.
Show some love.
We got to open up discussion,
Shout out to
man.
Mr. Waters.
We got to open the discussion talking about, y'all, it's 30 years.
Man. Hey.
Damn, it's been
Have y'all been thinking about that? Like riding
it's
around
right
in the whip, like, yo,
Together.
we are
Right
doing our thing still together. We are still on everybody's minds 30 years later, and now we got all projects and working on. Like, what is that?
Okay, let's do the business. It's 29 right now.
Okay.
A year from now, a little less than a year from now, it'll be 30. The album dropped in November. I want to say November 23rd.
November 92.
92.
The single, Happy Days. The single. Yeah, Happy Days.
The
album dropped February.
Okay.
93.
So we coming up on 30.
Yeah, I just want to make the numbers,
Make the numbers match. Yeah.
People, because fans, when they pay attention,
approaching it.
Yeah.
So
Right
the
there,
question,
right there.
what are we doing for 30? We got to do something major for that. What is the plan? What's going on?
First of all, I am so happy to be here. Number one. Number two. We are planning on doing something really big.
It's got to be.
Really big.
Yeah, I just did something for my 25th. So for 30, y'all got to make it happen.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, y'all got to do something.
25 out?
25.
25 minutes.
Tucker Team came out April of 96.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're going to have you come out there and sing that girl you familiar with us like you just did a minute ago. We're just going to have you bust that girl you familiar with. We're going to rock with you.
The people
We'll do
didn't hear
steps
that,
in the background. We'll do steps in the
I'm gonna
background.
be the sixth member.
Let's go.
Give me a little example.
Because when I was in the group, it was the Clarences.
Okay. And what it sound like?
Girl, you for me, and girl, me for you.
Okay.
I don't care what people might say.
Yep.
I don't care. I'll do it for you. Trust and I will do. There'll be no more games that we'll play. No more.
See, that
I look at Flash.
I feel to be me.
I know all the parts. They call me The Rock.
Jimmy,
You don't do nothing but get paid.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
Why I feel like we put two movies together.
Yeah.
But that's what we do. That's what black people do. That's what black people do. You know what? I'm gonna tell you. No. I'm gonna tell you some interesting black history.
I'm letting it roll. I'm letting it roll.
Please stop it.
Toe up, wasn't it?
We ain't gonna have no Paul Williams slander. God damn it.
Thou shalt not.
Yeah. God damn it.
He was drunk, though.
I mean, he was drunk. He had what they call a drinker's high. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
He wasn't high as a gasket.
To answer your question,
He wasn't feeling no pain.
we planning some things. We brainstorming.
Right.
We planning
Dope.
some really big things for us.
Yeah, man, it's gotta be special.
In the middle of that process.
Man.
That's whatever it is, I'm there.
You're gonna have to be a part of it, bro.
Man, I'm there.
I'm about to say whatever it is, bro.
I'm being the front,
I got to know
For real,
ASAP,
bro.
bro.
Yeah, man.
Oh, we need you to be a part of that case.
Man, I'm there.
In there.
I'm there.
I think you just labeled your song. I think it's just.
Hey, yeah.
Now we gotta do the steps and let you go out front and do your thing. And then
Yeah, because I'm going to fuck up the steps.
we got the steps.
I'm going to tell you that now.
You might have just helped us figure out a format, because now
Yeah,
maybe what we
3
need to
left
do
feet.
is just find a bunch of different people to sing our songs out front. We sing backs behind them, and it'd be
Oh, yeah, that's
beautiful.
dope. That's dope.
That'd be dope.
That'd be dope.
I'm with you.
Nah, nigga, y'all niggas singing.
I'm about to say, wait a minute now.
I had to think about that shit. I'm like,
We gonna still sing.
Yeah, nigga, wait a minute.
We'll give you a verse. We'll give you a verse.
Yeah, because y'all niggas singing.
We do a little something.
It's good to be on the kickback. though.
Yes, sir, man. It's good having y'all, man. Definitely.
Man, it's good to be here, man.
Yeah, just so y'all know, y'all heard it here first. I just sent them a song for my new album that they're gonna jump on.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So we're gonna have that Silky Case collaboration.
That's gonna be dope.
That sounds like a plan.
Yes,
Sound like
sir.
a plan.
Long
Did you get the
overdue.
song?
Long
Big G,
overdue.
Big G. Yeah, he was just playing it.
Well, you need to send it to the group
I'm
email.
gonna do that. I mean, I can't sing it by myself. You know what?
You ain't sent it to the group.
See, he's starting that shit already. It's gonna be
I see.
Oh, this is what we
Big
go
G
through. though.
featuring Silk. He's starting that bullshit.
That's how I started.
That's how I get started.
We told you about that
Took
drinking
in
and
there
drugs.
30 years in to start this bullshit.
We told you about that drinking and drugs.
If you ain't
Yeah.
We gonna bump that for a couple of days.
Yeah, man.
Hit us up with it on email.
I'm gonna be riding around like it was me.
Dropping on Valentine's Day.
Nigga like, yo, what you listen to, huh? This is some other shit. This is some shit.
Hey, it gonna be 5 split screens of only Big G.
Right, it's like every note. It's like every note. Bass.
It's gonna be cardboard cutouts to everybody else in the back.
My new album is coming in
God.
about a week. It's called It's Lonely at the Top.
Nigga.
Y'all know the
Now,
lyrics
this might be a
already.
bad idea. Let me tell you what it'd be dope. Well, I think it'd be dope.
I'm letting it go.
No, I'm dead ass. If y'all niggas remember the Temptations mic stand, where it's all that shit'd be
And it
dope.
was just all the mics on. It was
That
just
shit would be dope.
I agree.
That shit
Nobody
would be
has
dope.
done that. I ain't seen
No,
nobody do
Brooke
that.
tried
Because,
to-
And I was looking at this thing and they was asking him about it.
Yeah, I remember Brooke tried to
Otis
get him to
Williams.
do that.
And he said that they came up with it. I forgot who thought of it.
Right.
And that mic stand is in the Smithsonian.
Damn.
Ain't nobody never did it since then.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that mic stand is in the Smithsonian.
I hadn't
Talking
seen
about
nobody
black
do that.
excellence.
I haven't.
Yeah,
That's something to
Y'all
replicate.
remember Brooke?
that'd be
I throw
dope.
that in
And
there.
that'd be a dope Temptations tribute.
Damn. Dog.
So,
Message.
We love that Temptation. What that
For the
was?
30th
boy.
anniversary.
Hold on, what
We need to
song was that?
implement
Hell
that.
yeah.
They do
And then
that.
for my 5%, since I came up,
gotta get your 5%.
yeah, my office hours.
I'm from 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Jimmy, now I'm sure we
If
can
you
work
need
something
anything
out on the
of
back
any
end.
kind.
I mean, you know, anything else would be minor.
Man, I've been singing Temptations since I was about 4 or 5 years old.
Man.
Eddie Kendrick's got the prettiest voice I ever heard.
Yeah, his voice is dope.
Try to remember. That nigga's the shit.
And
keep on trucking, baby. Gotta keep on. Nigga, I've been trucking ever since.
Oh my God. Truck
Hey man, listen, that joke could sing the phone book, and it was effortless.
Effortless.
It wasn't even no. He just stand up there like he talking. It wasn't even a
Dog.
thing. And just.
He stood up there like he was talking, but not talking loud. Like he stayed in this space. He didn't know he wasn't animated.
He wasn't. It wasn't no bunch of. It was just. I'm just flat.
That nigga stand there flat-footed and just be like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna give it to you.
Yeah,
I'm
he was a bad dude.
Woo! Oh man,
That nigga on Hum Along and Dance, his verse on there.
yeah. Wait a minute.
That nigga there.
I don't know.
At this point, I don't
He's
know.
a bad boy now.
Yeah,
He's a bad
he
boy.
was the truth.
He's a bad boy.
You almost convincing me that we might have to do a Case and Silk got on
Damn.
6-piece somewhere or something one time. For
You say the word.
Word.
You sound like you more grouply than they know.
That's a very good observation right there.
You sound like you more like you after me.
That is a very good observation right there.
He got ideas and shit. He like coming up with shit.
Were you ever in a group, Case?
For the group.
Well, before I got a record deal, I was in a duo.
You was in a duo.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, and Jimmy Jenkins, shout out Jimmy Jenkins. He had a meeting with us. He was like, "I'm giving you my word. I'm gonna sign y'all." We ain't get signed.
No.
But
What was the name of the duo? You
Black.
gotta know the name of
It was Black.
Black?
Yep.
For real?
And actually, Brian, my background singer.
Yeah.
It was me and him.
Wow.
Oh, I know, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, shout out
Yeah.
Brian.
My man,
You got
Croc,
your
yeah.
boy with you still.
Yeah. Oh, that's my dude right there.
Yeah,
That's my dude. We go back to '91.
Damn.
And
for those of y'all you who know my last name, that's not my cousin.
Yeah, I thought about that as soon as he said it. As soon as he said it, I thought about that. I said, one of them chicken boys.
I'm not
chicken
related
boy.
to him in no way, shape, form, or
You
fashion.
don't know that, though. You can't say that.
Statistically,
You really can't.
38% of all black people's last name is Jenkins.
This nigga.
And you almost bought it too.
18% is Jackson.
Wait, but why don't we all sit and think about? Wait,
Everybody got quiet. One room. The air came out the room.
And we was all like, oh yeah, wait a minute. He got that boy good. He
Think
know.
about it. It's Jenkins, Jackson.
And
Jenkins,
Roscoe.
Jackson, Johnson.
And don't forget about Roscoe.
It's definitely Johnson.
Oh,
Definitely Johnson.
Yeah. Jenkins, Jackson, Johnson. Oh, that sounds right.
Roscoe.
Yeah, definitely Roscoe. Cletus and them.
Not
Claude.
Cletus. No, not Cletus.
Claude.
Did he say Cletus?
This will turn into a big clown session. We are glad you with us here.
Well, that's what we do.
Yeah, that's what we do.
He beat Joe Lewis's ass.
See, that's how we rock them to sleep. We be backstage clowning. They be like, oh, these niggas can't sing. They got jokes. Then we go out there and
And go out there and kill 'em.
Go out there and kill it.
Then we slam it when it's done to make sure it's broke.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So here's the thing. So I'm glad that you have a room full of phenomenal R&B right now. We got a room full of real talent right now.
That mean a lot coming from you.
In a climate that doesn't necessarily understand that anymore, because the way music is done now, it doesn't have a lot of emotion behind it. Right. It doesn't have a lot of feel and soul behind it, which I think is the reason why stuff doesn't last like it did, in that day, right? Like, there's a reason why records that came out from all y'all, people still boom them today, right?
And there's a reason why we sitting here 60 years later talking about the Temptations.
Right.
Boom. Oh, that's
Right.
deep.
Boom.
But that's double.
Right.
He
There's a
doubled
reason.
down on what you said.
Yeah.
He doubled down on
Yeah.
what you said. And I'm gonna tell you, I'll say this. I just looked at Power. I don't know if anybody watched Power, the Ghost thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. How come in the middle of their story, at the height of what they doing, New Edition records are coming on?
Yeah.
It's because
Timeless.
the music is timeless.
Yeah.
Right?
The real shit don't go away.
That
Yeah.
shit is coming on. I caught that.
It ain't gonna be trendy, but it's gonna last.
It's gonna
stand the
last.
test of time. Yep.
Because there's feeling behind it. There's emotion behind it. Like, there's stories behind it. You know what I mean?
And there's soul. We black people.
Foreplay.
We sing with soul. Like,
So
we
what
mean
are
that
y'all
shit.
what are y'all listening to
Nigga, you
like
gonna
now?
be singing "Freak Me, Baby" when you 80.
Man, we probably.
You gonna be able to freak shit, but you gonna be singing it.
Wow, he just said that. He said that, Lil G.
80 years old singing "Freak Me, Baby."
He basically said you ain't gonna be able to do nothing. No, that's what he said.
Come here, girl. Let me take you up and down. Till you say, ooh, freak me, baby.
They gonna be like, "Come get that note." He gonna be, "Cause tonight, babe."
Come back, baby. I wanna get freaky with you.
No, when you get old, you gotta see that. Freaking with you. That's
I
what you
don't
gotta
wanna get freaky with you.
do. Yeah, that's exactly how you do it when you get too old.
Start saying stuff like "Cootie Cat."
Cootie cat.
Yeah.
On the mic.
Oh Lord.
You guys are working on individual projects too, right? Right now, everybody's. I know John is. I know Lil G is. You are too, Jim. So how is that working? With still having to go do? Because you guys are still performing as a group, majorly, right?
Major.
How y'all balancing that? How's it coming? Y'all do you guys have input on each other's projects? Like,
That's what I was gonna ask.
you know what I mean? Is it like, okay, let me call my brother John, tell him to give me that opinion? Like,
We be a little scared.
Tell
to
the
let each other
truth.
hear
Y'all
it.
going to tell the truth.
you be what?
We be scared to let each other, let us hear each other's stuff right away.
Okay.
But we'll bring it to you at a certain point.
Okay.
you know, we just let you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. You better play yours first.
No, that's
You
the cool
go
play.
first.
Let me just say this. I think that I guess I can piggyback off what Jim's saying a little bit. Because even with my stuff, like for me, it's like when it comes to them, it took me a long time to let them hear anything because I wanted to be right.
They gotta be
before.
right.
And I don't know. And I didn't think about, okay, well, when I let them hear it, I wanted to be right. It never dawned on me.
Yeah.
But when I thought about
It's in
it,
your subconscious.
I'm like, I gotta have this shit right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then it's like I think we have that unspoken thing about it, and so like, listen, like even now, it's been I don't know since I done my thing. It's been a while, but I'm like, it's gotta be right when it leave me.
Yeah.
Cause I can't get it back and fix anything. So like, if, I let them hear some stuff just recently, and if I don't get the type of response, what I mean? I'm like, okay, let me go back and see what the hell is going on. Right. Not it was a bad response, but I'm looking for, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But it
like,
wasn't what I was looking for.
Yeah, you know what I mean? We had that thing or whatever.
Yeah.
But
we are own worst critic.
Wait, when you play the joint and niggas be like, dope.
Well, I almost say that.
Right.
that ain't what I want to hear.
Yeah.
I want to nigga that shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this. I don't give a damn. Need my boys. I can have just the first damn verse on that, and I'm playing it for them. Hey, what y'all think about that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But you ain't done that.
But you know, Johann Sebastian Bach over here need to quit second guessing himself. Come on, now with that fire.
But you know what? That's me. You know what I do, and I've always done this, and everybody gets mad. The album be done. We about to mix, and I make them. I be all right. Let me go and sing the whole album over one more time.
For real, dude.
Yeah, I do it all the time.
I thought I was bad.
Nah,
Okay,
I go back.
I go back.
Just let me sing the whole album one more time.
Damn, that is.
And only recently they started letting me do it. But before they be like, yeah, go ahead, sing this song over. Come out, I'm like, y'all niggas ain't push record.
They ain't push record at all.
We're gonna let you.
And then you waste your time and money.
Because I be thinking of stuff, and I'm like,
overthinking.
if it's not overthinking. What? I'm a different type of person. If I hear something that I don't like, and y'all mix it and put it out, it's gonna bother me for the rest of my life. Every time I hear
That's
it.
all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I got songs out now that I'm like, that part.
Like what? Give us an example. A song.
No, we ain't doing that.
Yeah, we are.
There you go.
Give us one.
No.
Give us one. Everybody knows the story about when you did what was it? Was it Missing You? Yeah.
But that I ain't had no control. I was about to die. Nigga, but
Did y'all know that story?
Wait, no. You had a problem
tell
with
a story.
missing you?
Watch this.
no.
Tell a story.
I went to LA on a Monday,
Right.
and they was like, "You got to record Missing You." Lost my voice.
Oh shit.
So now Tuesday, still trying to get back. Wednesday come, Thursday come, I get it back.
Right.
So my happy ass goes to the club with Ja Rule. And then after the club, we go and we do Living It Up. Now my voice is gone again. So they like, yo, today's Friday. If you don't do the song today, it's not gonna make the album. So they was like, yo, this nigga can't talk. So I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna talk all day. I get to the studio, I was like, they said it. They was like, he's gonna try whatever he could do. So they played it from the top. I sang it once. Played it again. I was like, played it again, and I sang it through. And at the end, I felt my voice about to go. So I'm like, I can't sing no more. I can't sing no more, baby. And I'm like this at the window.
And that's what stayed on the album. That's what stayed on the album.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
That's dope.
Everybody is in the thing like this in the dark, and I walked and tapped them like, it's gone. But they kept it off those two tapes.
Damn.
And here's the crazy part about that. Them two songs that week both got nominated for Grammys.
See?
Ain't that
That's dope.
See what I'm saying?
That's how
so the
that
whole thing, what you say, it comes back full circle about the whole thing. You gotta kind of let things you can't.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, it's gonna happen. However, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And to
That's
answer your
tight.
question
That's
about
tight.
how we deal with everybody doing projects.
Yeah.
In my opinion, you could jump in. Okay. Cletus.
No, I thought your name was Claude. Cepheus.
Cletus is
Cepheus Jenkins.
We've seen what other groups have done.
Right.
That's how I looked at it.
Okay.
I approached it. I was like, okay, what have other groups done when they've done records and stepped outside the group? And
Right.
Did they come back? Did they never come back? Were they too big to come back? Were they big one time and came back? You know. So I just looked at it like if we could just network the singles and Silk drop a single too. You know,
Right.
And we all out there in the algorithms together. And we can, the show part ain't a big deal. We could organize that.
Right.
That comes when you want to be booked or something.
Yeah.
But,
And we talked about
to
that.
put all the music out there, I thought it was a big deal. I'm like, that's a good idea.
It's all under the umbrella.
Got
Like New
Silk
Edition
out
did
on
perfect.
it.
Yeah.
That's what I was
Yeah.
getting ready to say.
And if
Yeah.
you go into it a certain type of way with some type of
Audition did
mentality, you
good.
understand what it could do for you as well.
Right.
You know, you need promotions.
Right.
You know, niggas ain't trying to spend all their money on their own records.
Right.
So it's like,
Right.
So, the group can help you. confidence in place.
Oh, yeah.
So that's how we look.
But you also need the fans to believe it. And when you're a group of the magnitude that y'all are at, especially from the whole journey, but when you're a group of that type of magnitude, you have to be very careful about how you do anything else because everything else can look bootleg if it's not associated with the group in some type of capacity.
Yeah.
So as a fan, you're looking at it like, I'm not even gonna give that an opportunity because I know them as Silk. I know them as with that sound. You know what I mean? So if they branch off and do other things, that's cool as long as it is encapsulated within the same umbrella.
You mean like when Jackie Jackson made a solo album? That's what you're trying to say?
Oh, damn.
No, I'm asking.
Let's get serious.
No, that's Jermaine, nigga. That's Jermaine. And that was a hit. And that was a hit. That's Jermaine. Yeah, that's Jermaine.
Yeah.
But you see what I'm saying though? As an audience, as a person in the audience, they have to believe it before they even give it an opportunity. The song could be dope.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if they don't look at it and be able to relate it back to what they know, what they're familiar with, they don't even give it a chance.
Okay,
And here's a question. Do y'all think-
BBD did that.
Yeah.
Like when they hit, if you listen to the records, they made sure they shouted out Bobby Brown,
Yeah.
Johnny.
Exactly.
Remember, Bobby was in the video.
So when they did that, what they did
Remember,
was
he was
they
in the
allowed
video.
the root
He was standing there with
to validate
Yeah.
what they were doing. And
Yeah.
once you let the root validate what you're doing, it can only be great.
Exactly.
So it can only be
Here's
great.
my question. I have a question. So when y'all doing solo projects, right? Do you have in mind anywhere about staying true to the Silk brand? Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to go too far left from the Silk brand, even though you doing your own.
I do, and I'll say why I do. Because my voice, I think, Lil G, you can correct me, as a C. I'm in the C key or C or some shit. Well, I'm a baritone.
You are a baritone.
I'm a baritone.
You're a true baritone.
So with that in mind, I definitely wasn't going outside the vibe.
Right.
Okay, that makes
I was,
sense.
You know, I was gonna stay in the vibe of what, and plus it's our vibe. So I just tried to stay in the vibe of what the group might do.
Right. Because you know how
But
some
it's
people,
really
like, they have, like, these different ideas and they might just jump out
Right.
and it's off-brand. That's why I was asking that.
And even for me, like with mine, it's like I always feel like, I ain't gonna say I always feel like this, but I always kind of like look at what we've done when, and I'm like, I never want to sacrifice the music. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't want to, like you're saying, I don't want to go too far outside the box, but I still want to do something to let people know it's me.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's not the
And put your
I'm just
stamp
an
on it.
extension
Yeah,
of.
got you.
And so, with me, I'm like, damn, let me try to make sure at least, now I'm not trying to do what Silk did, but I want to be in that crawl.
You want the
Right.
quality. You want to keep the quality.
You want to stay true to the brand.
That's quality control. You want to make sure the quality of whatever you're doing.
Yeah, I was wondering
Now,
that. Yeah.
sometimes I'm a little
Like
overly,
BBD,
and I
yeah.
will, like, look, you say quit being overly, nigga. You too hard on yourself. And I know, I get that, but at the same time, I'm like,
Nigga, we the same with
the
that.
bar is kind of where it is, and so I kind of want to, the bar is where it is,
Because nobody want to be the one to fuck it up.
Hell no.
Yeah, right. And see, and the way I think about it is,
You don't give a fuck.
no, I do give a fuck.
Oh.
But what it is that, I don't want to oversaturate what I am with Silk.
Well, that's
Wait, how could you
So
oversaturate
therefore-
it doing a solo project?
Well, during a solo project, if everything sound like the Silk,
Oh, okay,
it
got
might
you,
well
got
be
you,
on
got
Silk.
you.
Oh, yeah,
Got
got
You see what I'm
That
saying?
makes sense.
Right.
Right. So I bring in my musicianship, my production and everything and all of that kind of stuff.
Right.
things that
into
you're
my
not
thing.
doing on the
Yeah,
Silk.
things-
Okay,
right.
got you on that.
But now I do have some songs on there like Inside Out.
Right.
Stripping you from inside out, discovering what you're about, how you like it, how you want it. Just be about it when we, you know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
baby, you heard that?
And,
We
and
gonna listen to that
blindfold
tonight.
and stuff like that.
Right.
You know,
Me and
some
my
of
wife
those
gonna listen
elements
to
are
that
in
tonight.
there.
I'm gonna text you later.
Plus, what I like about Lil G, he a real musician. He play instruments.
Right.
With an S.
Right.
Drums, keyboard. I mean, he plays stuff. So
Like a baby Prince in the manger.
Right. So, in my opinion,
It's always one
for
fancy
him to
nigga.
go outside the box, his talent goes outside
Right.
the box. You can't even box
Right.
yourself in when you that
I
talented.
play a mean
I
triangle.
mean, you can never box Prince into one vibe.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And John and Little G used to argue about Michael Jackson and Prince. They used
Okay.
to argue about it.
Well,
debate about
you
it.
more about
Who's
you
the
more
best?
like me that. First of all, this nigga right, nigga.
First, you have to purify yourself in the waters of Lake
I don't have no tit ass. She had tit ass. Nah, nigga, dog. Okay, because I remember growing up, you had to pick a side.
Right.
You couldn't like the Jackson 5 and the Silvers.
Oh, you had to pick a side.
Then you couldn't like Michael Jackson and Prince.
You gotta pick a side.
Nigga. And you know what they always do, the Prince people? They always, yeah, but the musicianship. Nigga, it's Michael Jackson.
Oh my Googles.
The nigga made off the wall.
Me and Legend used to go through this all the time.
Y'all don't understand. We had a major, almost silk blowout.
No,
that would have been like almost like somebody might have tapped out. We was in a limo.
Oh God!
Here we
Don't
go.
tell that story.
We was in a limo.
Don't tell that story, man.
And there was a tape. I'm not gonna say whether it was a Prince tape or a Michael Jackson tape.
It was a Prince tape.
All I know
Prince
is the tape came out the case like this.
It got through out the window.
And then it got thrown out the
Because you
window.
got to see what the streets think about it.
And when I I'm gonna tell you what, it shifted, and it wasn't even about the streets no more. It was about what the action was in that limo at that moment.
Dog,
Because
Michael
it was
Jackson is
that
better
perfect.
than Prince, dog.
And for you to even choose a side in this conversation,
Michael Jackson's better than Prince. No. If ever, tag me in. No, we're going to start jumping.
And the thing is, I'm used to being in the group, so I used to balance. So now I got to school over.
Yeah, see, I just put my finger on the scale.
No, hold on, Big G. I'm finna tell on you now. I'm finna tell on you now. Who did we say our third brother was? We said G&G
And Prince.
and who?
Prince.
Who's our another brother?
Why you got to hold your head down?
I mean, because, okay, hold on. Let's be very clear. What people don't understand is hold on. What a lot of people don't understand is
2-on-2.
His musicianship matched he loved basketball. And people who know our history and know a little bit about me know I love basketball. Mm-hmm. And I was a dude that grew up doing two things. I grew up playing ball and singing.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And if somebody me and my daughter was just having this conversation last night. She was like, Dad, if your self right now could go back to your old self, what would you tell your old self? I was like, well, I'd tell my old self to play ball long enough to go get the bag and then just put the whole group on.
I know that's right.
But the thing was, I mean, I always had that balance for me. And so a lot of people don't know. I mean, your boy made fun of it.
Dave Chappelle. So
Dave
you
Chappelle.
go to basketball.
Okay, so
Michael Jackson spun around 3 times, jumped up on his toes. Come on, John. Come on. 3 times.
Hold on.
For 3 No. Hold up.
For 3 seconds.
Hold up.
His toes for 3
I got one. I bet you Michael Jackson never did a split and came right up and turned around.
He didn't have to because he did the moonwalk.
And did the
He did the
microphone.
moonwalk.
And
He
did the
did
microphone
that.
up under
He did
his
the
leg and
No,
everything.
I got a better one for you. I got a better one for you.
To him.
I bet you
Okay.
Prince never.
He was a
got-
smooth
got- I
criminal,
bet.
man.
I bet
He
you.
was a smooth
I bet you
criminal.
Prince never got in front of the whole world and sprinkled love on him. I bet you he didn't do that.
Oh, man. Yeah, you come on.
I bet you he didn't do that.
Hell no. Make it a better place.
Wrong talk.
That's pretty love.
But Prince did do to us. Prince went as an R&B artist,
Right.
and put out movies
same.
and put himself all the way on. As think about it. It wasn't like he worked his way up to being an actor.
Right.
Dude stepped out and was like, I'm gonna be the feature in the movie that's about my stuff. And I'm gonna bring my music in, and my music is gonna be what makes the movie sets the movie on fire.
That's
Mike
true.
was the scarecrow.
That's okay.
Mike was the scarecrow.
Okay,
That's all I gotta
but
say.
Barry,
You know what?
okay, but
Wait,
Barry
let me
Gordy
say
had to put Mike on.
No, he didn't.
Prince put Prince on.
himself on.
So he was
He said,
independent.
I'm
He
gonna
was
do this real
independent?
quick. He said, let me go do this real quick. I'll be right back. He turned into the dude.
Michael Jackson had hit records in the
Jackson
60s,
5
70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s.
See, I try not to
I
participate
used
in
to
this.
rush home to watch the Jackson 5 cartoon.
Nigga, hold on. I got the Jackson 5 cartoon on my phone, Jack.
I watched it too.
So when it come to this argument,
Shit, when I first started singing at 5 years old, I was singing Michael Jackson shit.
Oh, really?
oh, and now you
This is
turn.
my first time hearing you admit that.
That's the
I say that all the time. I used to say Michael Jackson, Stevie Wonder.
But John,
Okay, y'all.
that explained why when we did the tribute.
Oh, hold on.
He
Look at my- look at my screensaver.
insisted on doing his part.
Look at my
Tribute.
screensaver.
That
Look at my
understand.
screensaver.
I understand.
You know what's the best way to end this argument? Mike made a song. It was called "You Can't Win."
Yeah.
No,
Y'all niggas can't win.
Break even and can't get out of the game.
People
get sick, child.
Oh man.
Things get better, but it looks just like the same. You can win. Win over your head.
Hold on.
That would have been
Hold
a
up.
good
I'm
verse.
finna get it. No, it wouldn't have. No, it wouldn't have. Oh, I got that video on my phone. You want to see it, Lil G?
He go with the side of the head.
I knew a girl named Nikki. I guess you could say it was Purple Rain. I
you got to mix it.
Hold on.
Hey,
Hold on, you want me to mix? This is why you need to tag me in.
Hold on. In a second hand.
Let me know. Are you done?
You don't need no
Are you done? Are you done?
You made a whole mixtape.
Wait, John. Take notes. I'm gonna end this right now. Now, you know what? You know what was Prince's image? Yeah, he gonna try to sing his way out of this. Yeah.
You got my record.
Who got my record?
Cause John sang that record. John done sang that record before.
But hold on. Oh, I can sing on stage.
No, it's on print. It's on spell.
Y'all know this ain't no
But hold on. Now, are you ready?
Let me see.
Let's talk about their image. You know what Prince was?
On tour.
Jimi Hendrix and Sly Stone. You know who Michael Jackson was? Michael Jackson.
Damn.
Leave me.
Unadulterated.
Leave me.
No. Because both of them was James Brown too.
I said image. I said image.
No, but okay. Let's
Take out the dancing.
Let's bring it back together.
Take out the no. We're talking about image.
I'm the dude that be looking for the common ground. And
Ain't no common ground.
Like 5 minutes ago, I was really gonna say that. Like,
Ain't no in between in this big G.
No. But listen. You know who brought them together on stage? You know who? No. The one person that brought them together on stage one night.
And Mike tore his ass up.
It was Jake. No, I don't know.
And Mike tore his ass
I don't know about
I'm gonna
tearing
tell
his
you what
ass
happened.
up.
Prince
But I do know
Prince
that they
was
all
trying to
came
outdo
together
Mike.
James
Am I
Brown.
lying?
He was in the
You want me to send you the video?
I
I'm
saw
gonna send you the video.
That ain't when he fell out.
I saw the video.
Wait.
No, but what happened was no. What happened was Mike came up there and he mic'd that shit.
He did mic.
And then Prince was like, I gotta outdo this nigga, and he fucked up.
But Endgame said they were
That
both
is a Michael Jackson fan.
Okay, that's like there's a debate going on right now.
This ain't no debate, nigga.
Hold on, there's a debate going on about there's a debate going on right now about the relevance of. They're saying who is more like Michael Jordan? Is it
Steph
LeBron
Curry or
Steph? Yeah. To say okay, and what they're saying
It's Steph.
is Steph.
It's
Okay,
Steph.
No. Okay, they talking
It's
about
Steph.
Steph.
It's Steph.
Okay, but what they're saying, okay, it depends on what he's saying is right based
because
on
Mike changed the game and
And
Steph
Steph
changed the game. LeBron didn't change the game.
Okay. But at
I'm
the end,
back.
okay,
I'm
but
back.
watch this. Like for me, when people start going through this, I let them talk for 5 minutes and I stop and I just say at the end of the day, do y'all understand that at the what you're doing is you put two people who are great at the feet of one person who is the greatest.
Oh.
Who?
Okay, Michael Jordan.
Because my thing is,
So Michael Jordan is the greatest.
it would
enough
take
that they
both
were
of them together
to be
to
James
be Mike
top.
Jordan.
Right.
But watch this. So James Brown is, man, I'm tell you what, I have to stop talking when I start talking about James Brown. Because if you really go back and research the music,
He the king.
no, not just the king, he was the original rapper.
Yeah, he's the original rapper.
He's the
He
original
rapping.
man.
Yeah, that's true.
He rapping, he dancing.
No, the
He's
Jubilees
singing.
was the original rappers.
Oh, the Jubilee.
Okay.
Noah.
Oh. You want to be in a group so bad. Man, come on. Listen, man. We gonna set some dates up. It's gonna be the Silk Case experience.
We gonna be late for every show because we gonna be in the
Silk
back,
Case
and I'm not leaving.
Y'all gonna be doing this. Look,
It's gonna be
the show started an hour ago. Y'all gonna be doing this backstage the whole time.
We ain't even gonna be backstage the whole time. Yeah.
I'm on stage trying to host the show. Like I ain't got nothing else to
My
say.
bad, we didn't mean to do that to you.
But
to wrap it up, Michael Jackson's the best. So
You can't just railroad my guy.
no, I love Prince. I love Prince.
I would love to see
But
him
I
do
don't
that
love Prince
version.
more than I love Sly Stone or Jimi Hendrix.
Okay, but big at the end
No,
of the day.
I do love Michael Jackson.
But
No,
both
I
of
don't.
both of
Sly
those
Stone,
guys.
nigga.
Hold on. Both Michael Jackson and Prince are on record.
See, don't look at it as a singer.
As being, they both said that they were
Motown
students
changed
of
their
James
sound.
Brown.
Yeah, they did say that. That's true.
on record.
That's true.
Both Michael Jackson and Prince are on record.
Yep.
Multiple times in print saying that they were students of James
That's
Brown
true.
from
Of course they
early
were. Yes.
from
Yes.
early on.
Of course.
From
Yes.
early on.
Yes.
And so like I said, that it's debatable who's what.
No, it's not.
But no, at the end of the day, what's not debatable is they both bow down to James Brown.
That's true.
And what else is not debatable? When we was little kids, my grandmother,
Right.
all my cousins, you had to know all James Brown and all Ray Charles.
There you
or
go.
you was getting
Wow.
the fuck out.
Really?
Real
Yeah,
dog.
nigga.
Damn.
You get out.
James Brown, Ray Charles, and Jackie Wilson.
Jackie Wilson.
Hold on.
Mr.
Now that's-
No, but see, for me, like knowing just a little bit about you, we leaking over to close to a Stevie conversation.
Yes,
We start
now.
talking-
Well, that's some whole
Ray,
other shit.
and then-
That's some over shit.
Okay.
No, that's another planet.
Gerard, you clap your hands on that one.
Yeah,
You got
yeah.
some-
I get in on that
Look,
one.
that's
That's
me
another
knowing-
planet. That's another planet.
That's me
That's
knowing
another
a little
planet.
bit.
Yeah, no, that's another
Okay,
planet.
but see, right now you with the group right now.
Shit, yeah.
Okay,
That's another planet.
But when you leave the group and go back to being Case,
No.
there's a planet over there.
Nah, when I leave the group, I'm gonna be like, hello, Jesus. Jesus, children. Jesus loves you. Jesus, children.
Who that come from?
Hello, children. Jesus loves you of America.
Who that come from?
Wait a minute. Who was that?
No, who?
Your story fast.
Tell story.
Okay, now
There you go.
Wait a minute. What you
Tell them who that is. Tell them who that is.
That's the
It
end.
will come.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying.
That's another planet, though. That's another planet.
I got me
What I
playing my
said?
field.
you
I
said-
don't
you
even
said-
know.
What I say?
But you on another planet right now.
But watch this. But that just brought you back to the group. Because what? Guess who was?
Nigga, I've been in the group.
Well, watch this. No, and look at this. He another student.
Yeah, we cool now, but when we start that pre-shit, we ain't cool no more.
I'm done. I can't even. You, Steve, you saw me. I tried to.
This is dope though. Where you going, John?
Restroom. He tell me out.
He John said F y'all. But let me tell you, but wait. Now, let me get back to the politics of doing the show right now, right? Let me tell you what's dope and what these people are probably saying right now too. You have one of the most decorated groups in music history. You have one of the most decorated solo artists in music history. And we are sitting here having a debate about James Brown and Michael Jackson and Prince. And I think that the audience is probably looking at that like, damn, like,
How they get there?
these are people who idolize y'all to the way that you idolize them.
There you go.
And so now you're giving people an inside look as to what drives people that have made it to the arena that you've made it to. Which does what? It brings you to reality in their vision.
That's it.
You understand what I'm saying?
Thank you for putting that together, man.
Hey, man.
That was deep.
That's real though, because listen. And I'm sitting over
We
here.
all come from that.
Yeah, but I'm sitting over here as all of y'all brother, and I'm like, as a radio dude, y'all have known me forever, and I always look at things from a relatability standpoint. Like, what does the audience relate to? And what they relate to is shit that makes them feel like regular people, like they can interact with you like people.
Yeah.
I guarantee that nobody in no type of award show, no interview, nothing has ever heard y'all speak like this. You understand what I'm saying? And so now people are looking at like, oh shit, like I agree with Big G. I agree with Case. You know what I'm saying?
Most of them agree with me. Though.
Fair enough. But listen, the magnitude of what just happened
I agree with
is I think bigger than
See, Tim don't agree with me.
You got Zoe. That's it. You got Zoe.
Yeah, me and Zoe. We
like that. That's what just happened is so dope to the people that are watching right now because they're watching expecting to hear about stories and all that kind of stuff, but they don't understand that y'all had somebody to look up to the same way that they look up to y'all.
Yeah, we had a whole gang.
You understand what I'm saying? And
I know I did.
And it's passionate. It's not like such and such was dope.
But I'm gonna tell you something.
No,
I looked up to them because they came out about 4 years before me. So I looked up to them.
That's
So,
deep.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's deep.
You
But
gotta
you know
hear
what?
the- You got to hear the
has a song.
stories. You got to hear the stories that we get from like 112 and from Drew Hill.
Yeah.
And from everybody and stuff like that, man. They give us so many kudos. And I'm going to give a shout out to all of them, man. Because we love y'all to death, boys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we are proud, to be the forefront for you doing what you doing right now.
Yeah.
Y'all banging too.
Yeah.
Because the way I look at it as an artist is that my job is to take everything that I came from and make sure I push it forward. And I feel like y'all as a group, as an R&B group, y'all pushed it forward. You know what I'm saying? Y'all didn't.
That's love.
Y'all didn't leech off
Most
of it.
definitely.
Y'all pushed it forward for the next generation.
Most
and that's all you can do.
Most definitely.
That's all you can do is push it forward.
Let me tell you this. I got a short list of songs that whenever I hear them, I wish that we could have done the song. It's a very short list. I can't tell you all the songs. I'll tell you two right now. One of them is Butter Love by Next.
Yeah, that was dope.
And the other one is Touch Me Tease.
Really?
Yeah, no, straight up. They on my. I ain't gonna tell you the other three.
Yeah.
Really?
But yeah, no.
That
Touch
damn
me.
Touch
Every
Me
time,
Tease
hey,
was
dog.
a
I promise you, dog. I promise you,
But you're leaving out the best one.
What's the best one?
But you'd have been half naked by the time the beat dropped.
I know he did.
Yeah, see?
That's a chocolate.
And that's why, because that song was for y'all.
Listen.
But they was like, this ain't gonna be naked before the beat dropped.
Hold on. Come on with the motherfucking faded pictures, man. Come on with the faded pictures. That's just one of the most classic duet. I'm saying
Thank you,
duet
yo.
right
Thank
there,
you.
dog.
Thank you.
But see, now you got me in my.
That's
See, I
all
tried
Joe.
not to talk about my fight. Okay, so the third song is All the Things Your Man Won't Do.
Oh, yeah.
Out of 5.
Oh.
I guess 2 more I ain't
Yeah.
gonna talk about unless you lead me to that.
Oh.
But the thing is, you want to be in a space like I'm not gonna tell on my book, but we've touched on a lot of my book, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful every night I spend with y'all on stage.
Damn.
Like I tell people all the time, it's 2 places in my life I know I got my refuge. When I'm doing ball, whether I was playing or whether I'm coaching. When I'm on the side, can't nobody touch me. And what I'm doing right there, I'll never forget being in the game and just being like, yo, this is better than sex. Yeah. I'm coaching.
Yeah.
But it's just what you get from that. And then when we get on stage with each other, I ain't never been on stage.
Don't nobody love music more than me.
Okay.
What?
And then when we get on stage though, it's like it's a refuge.
Yeah.
Like we can sing like it's a refuge on stage. Like we can sing a whole bunch. You need your own damn TV show.
And if it is, I got to introduce you to some new motherfucking
I'm sorry. Garçon! Somebody come and get.
I apologize.
Okay. But y'all just let him say that shit.
He said,
Hey man, I can't tell. Listen, I said two
I was
places in
trying to
life.
give him
I
a
said
chance to kind of
refuge.
make the connection.
This is Stephen A. It's hyperbole.
Peace. You want peace, right? Don't you want peace in your life?
Yeah.
You want a space where somebody cannot come and touch you on your shoulder and be like, "This is the problem." So I got you. I got 3 places. I got 3
That's
places.
why I fuck with you.
3 places. When I'm dealing with basketball, when I'm dealing with Silk, and when I'm in the bed. That's it. In 3 places.
Yeah.
It's total peace because at that point, in that moment, it's just you and the moment. It's you in the moment.
Yeah, see, now, I'm with you now. But for a minute there, we were talk. Yeah.
You know what?
way to bring it home.
I didn't know where you was going.
It's the truth in the house. The truth in the house.
No, when he first go, I'm listening to you, and I can't imagine.
You know what? Now let's be clear.
I just want to let everybody know to go to
Now
the
hold
group
on a minute there, Sporty. Sporty.
Oh God.
Everybody go to the group Silk Everything for our handle. You know, our social media handles, the group Silk. You can find us everywhere, you know.
Got that in.
Anybody else? You know, want to plug.
You got that in, then you play.
I want to plug. We don't plug James Brown. I got to plug Silk.
Yeah. We got,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Ain't mad at that.
at the end of the day, we have a lot of fun. But yeah, you got to handle business too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And just stay tuned for the group. We are doing new music in the studio. As you heard just today, we're going to hold y'all to it. You know, Silk and Case doing the joint.
That's
on
gonna be
Case.
nuts.
This on Case's joint now.
That's
This
a deal.
Case has got something
That's a
coming.
done deal.
So,
That's
so
a
we
good
And they already
one.
said,
Put on our album.
we're in the
y'all about to
studio as
say.
well.
I was about to say. Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Double Jeopardy,
you know,
baby.
and shout
Double
out-
That means we get a verse, though.
Ain't nothing
That
to
means
it.
we get a verse. Can we get a verse?
Ain't nothing to it.
Let's go.
Let's go.
And shouts out to our industry birth father, Keith Sweat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
Shout out to the man with the plan. Shouts out to Sweat Hotel.
Keith Sweat is responsible for a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And when you watch that whole era, you know, he's one of the godfathers of New Jack Swing and all of that. But when you watch a lot of the stuff that has come from that era, some stuff he had his hands in, people didn't know he had his hands in.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, that's a lot of it.
That's
true.
He did
A lot of it.
When he first worked with Drew Hill, right? He came to us. Oh yeah, I'm working with this group, Drew Hill, and y'all better be on it because they bad.
Really?
That's some Keith shit.
That's
Some Keith shit.
But he didn't say
on it.
Yo,
He
yeah.
said, he said y'all be on y'all shit because they bad.
But that shit
I'm
would've looked fire
producing
to
them
me.
too.
I
Like,
know
you done
it
gave
fire.
us
And they are bad.
10 top 10.
Yeah,
Yeah, they are bad.
Yeah, baby.
Nah, we love them.
Y'all, baby, look at let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, baby.
I didn't know he wrote Let's
You know what I
Chill.
mean?
Yeah, I
man?
did.
I
Yeah.
didn't know he wrote Let's
Hell
Chill.
yeah.
My guy.
Hell yeah.
Keith Sweat wrote that? I didn't know that
He
either.
co-wrote it. Yeah, he wrote on it. Yeah, he co-wrote.
He
Let's
wrote
Chill.
that. He wrote Just Got Paid.
Yeah, he wrote him and Aaron.
I didn't know that. I
Him
knew
and
that.
Aaron, yeah,
Yeah.
wrote Just Got Paid. Yeah, he wrote a bunch of shit.
He wrote a lot of shit. He wrote a lot of stuff, man.
Well, he called last night and told me to let y'all know that he gunning for you and you.
Who, Lil G?
No, Keith called last night, and he sang on my phone for a good 25 minutes. And he wanted, he was, yeah, and he wanted me to let, did you know, he coming for both of y'all spots. But the coolest thing he did at the end of the conversation was, he said, yeah, I'm finna go look for these masters for y'all, baby, so y'all can have the right music, so y'all can make it right, baby.
Yeah, I love that.
Okay.
That's right.
Right.
Let me tell you what's funny now. Back in
Thank
like
God for
1991, when I was with the group Black,
Right.
we was in the studio. We was at Soundtracks in New York.
Soundtrack.
Yeah, we was at Soundtracks
my
on
God,
21st Street.
that.
And so I was in there with somebody from Uptown. So we was working on our demo, and Keith was in the room down the hall. So he walked past. He came to say hi to dude in there, and he was like, "Yo, singing like this." I'm like, "Yo, Keith Sweat was just talking to me, nigga." No, it's crazy. And what's crazy is that, and then I told him about it. He was like, "Yeah, I remember that, nigga." No, you don't. No, you don't remember. No, you don't.
You know he don't remember.
You don't think he remember?
Nah, he don't remember that. Yeah, man. Just like I got a picture with me and Aaron in 1990. I was like 17. He was like, I remember that because I talk to Aaron all the time. He's like, I remember that picture. You're lying. You're lying, man.
You don't remember that.
You don't remember that.
You say it barely happened, it barely was like 2 seconds of your life.
You don't remember that.
Oh Lord. Oh man. This is
Shouts out to the Godfather in the building.
But yeah, shouts out to them.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, look, everything got to start from somewhere. You know, everything got to get discovered from somebody. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, Casey and I talk about this stuff all the time in terms of like music and its stance right now, and like, you know, where it is and how you listen to music differently now than you did in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? Which I think has a lot to do with the notoriety of artists, right? Because now we don't really rely on music the same as we did then, right? Because of the fact that you have different avenues from which you can get your entertainment now.
Everybody can drop something.
There you go.
The same conversation I had with my daughter last night, the one that she was talking about, she said, Dad, y'all did something great because y'all were branded back then.
Back then, yeah.
And she went through the whole thing, and then she was like, and I don't know about the future of music right now.
Yeah.
And we both stopped.
And this is your daughter saying this.
My daughter said 19, she just turned 19.
Right.
Well, today, 15. She just turned 19. But watch this. And so we
That
both
child is 19.
She's 19, bro. Okay. And at the end of that, we took a deep breath, and I told her, I said, as long as Silk Sonic is around, the door's still open.
I like that.
And I said it like that, and she was like, Dad, you're right.
They're dope.
Yeah.
So Endgame says
dope.
that there's gotta be, what the hell you pour that from?
Hey, I got a bunch of them. Keep talking.
No, I'm just saying the Endgame is that there's always gotta be a standard bearer for R&B. So real talk, like Keith at one point was a standard bearer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And likewise, we at one point were like a standard bearer.
Yeah, for sure.
We did it early in the 90s, and we did it late in the 90s.
Yep.
That's true.
Everybody can't say that they had that same type
That's
of
Right.
true.
That's, you know,
And back then, back when y'all came out, there was a lot of one-hit wonders.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
There was a lot of them.
Yeah,
There was a lot of them.
artists.
But it was light traffic. It was like they here and gone.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So survive that.
It's a blessing, yeah, to even
Yeah.
be able
Bless.
to make it through that, man, and still be somewhat relevant.
Cream
Yeah.
rise to the top.
Yeah.
But I do believe it's up
Yeah,
to
on
us.
show.
I do believe it's up to us to bring these new kids along, you know, and to teach them how to create longevity music.
Do you think it's possible though, Lil G? Like, seriously.
I think it's possible. You can take anybody to school.
I don't, and I'm gonna tell you why. It has nothing to do with taking somebody to school. I think that the problem is that there's so much music that comes out that you don't have a chance to get into anybody. Because there's times when I download an album, and before I get to listen to it, it's 3 other albums I download. You don't have a chance to get into somebody. Like when Silk came out, you got to get into them, get to know them, and vibe with them. Because
overwhelmed by
You know what? That's a
It's
good
so
point.
much-
Because there's
it's
about
like-
50
yeah.
girls out right now that sound just alike.
They all
Yeah.
sound like
Just
Aaliyah.
alike.
And see,
They all
and
sound
that's
like
where,
Aaliyah.
yeah.
Just alike.
They all sound like Aaliyah.
And that's where I was going because it's just, again, it's the foundation for the music and where it comes from is different now. You know what I mean? Now it's about, let's put something out, let's make a couple dollars and move on. Like these ain't even people that are really in depth with music like that.
No. Right,
you're
They
right,
just
you're
they just got somebody to put them on social media and they said, I can make $1 million.
And they off and running.
And they off and running. You know what I'm saying? But these ain't people that came out in the church and have, you know,
Right.
significant singing talent and can
Like-
harmonize and stuff like
like
that. It's just
Whitney
not like that no
Because
more.
they got auto-tune.
Like Whitney Houston, of course.
Right.
It's auto-tune. I was like 17.
And
It's
then-
on auto-tune.
And then all the singers,
They don't know everybody do haircuts.
All of them are track stars.
They don't know everybody
What
do
kind of Jerry curl that was?
Hold on, y'all. Check what Lil G just said.
All of them today are track stars.
Yeah, and if you notice, a lot of singers don't want to learn
Running,
how to
running,
sing,
running, running,
and the
running,
rappers don't
running.
want to learn how to rap. Now I don't want to rap over that. Like,
Yeah.
why would you not want to? I know me. I'm like, oh, who can't sing? Because when Touch Me, Tease Me came out, everybody's like, yeah, he can't really sing. So my whole mentality making that second album was, I'll show you niggas. Yeah. Nowadays they like, I'm getting the bag. I don't care about that.
Right.
And that's where it suffers.
But everybody in our generation can sing.
That's where it's up.
You got not everybody, but we could. I don't know about the rest of them, and I ain't gonna say no names, but we could.
But see that to me is what differentiates it, because, and you and I have had this conversation before, John. Like it's just it's a different avenue by which you get your music, for one, but you can get put out there in the forefront way too easy now. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about when y'all came out and when you got with Keith and when you put out the single and all that. Think about how much time, effort, blessings, all of that stuff that took, right?
You had to visit.
Think about that though.
But
Like
now the game has changed. Like, look at us.
Man, we hit the ground running, bro.
Yeah.
We're unaffiliated right now doing a whole interview.
Yeah.
Like, this didn't exist back then.
No, and you didn't drop a single and have a hit record in a week. It's just not how it worked back then.
I did.
Okay, well you
But
did.
we still had to work for it.
Yeah.
But I did.
You did.
You had the right setup. It was a setup.
Yeah.
It's called a
Well, it was an up tempo too. That's the other thing.
Let me ask y'all this question.
With the right
And the
features.
ballads come. Yeah.
Let me ask y'all this question. Do you think that has anything to do with the lack of control that labels have nowadays?
Yes.
Explain.
But the labels are gone now.
Right.
It's I mean, they've got every avenue in the book where they can just create a subsidiary company,
right,
and stuff, and go do that, and then maybe Universal or somebody else like that'll pick them up. But it's so many different ones out here. You don't know who. All you got to do is just
But the labels are not gone though,
In '99.
because you do know that the labels own Spotify. You do know that, right?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the labels they own Spotify.
Didn't know that.
They're not gone.
But-
They're making
but-
more money now than they ever did.
But
because
Case-
Spotify don't pay.
but Case-
the labels own Spotify.
But answer this though.
Less hassle.
But answer this
Shit,
though.
yeah.
But do the labels have the same amount of input in terms of number one, developing artists, but number two,
No, they've been stopped developing.
exactly. So
the game is different. Like, the game
Yeah.
is you create your own buzz. They look for the buzz.
They look for the
and
buzz.
and then they jump
Yeah,
on
they
it.
jump on
And
it.
so then, of course, there's no development.
They look for the
develop-
buzz. They don't look for the music.
jump
They look
on
for the
it.
buzz.
Yeah. But okay. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this. The dude Russ. You know Russ. You know who Russ is? He just did this whole interview. And he just talked to Russ as an artist. He's done some. If I played a
He's a
couple
rapper
songs,
dude.
you'll find him.
Okay.
Well, he kind of sing rap. He's
He's a white dude. He's a white dude.
He's a white dude.
Yeah.
You said it. He's a white dude.
Yeah, see, he didn't wanna say that.
And watch this. And he from the A. He from the A.
Oh, really?
He from the A. And he done made so much money, and he's been so impactful in the music community. Yet, like he just said the other day when he was at the Breakfast Club on the interview.
I saw that interview.
Yeah, he was
saw
just
part
like,
of it
he said,
anyway.
you know what? I had to accept the fact that I'm not going to get the awards. I'm not going to get the accolades, because what I have done goes against the culture of what the industry, the record labels want to be about. If everybody could look at me and go, oh, you can get it done this way, then everybody would do it that way.
Yeah.
Damn, that's a hell of a point.
So you're making a choice. You're either going to be a part of the institution,
Or
or you're going to be part of the rebellion.
But
So
you know
you
what?
so you're either going to be so your boy Soldier Boy.
Right.
He really
he was the first nigga to do everything.
He's the
Yeah.
He was the
you got
first nigga to say the word first.
you got it.
Yeah, for real.
He got it. No,
Because you
So
know
He was the first one that showed everybody how to do it.
No, he's absolutely right.
Yeah.
So Soldier Boy don't get the awards. He don't get the accolades.
He owns all that shit 100%.
But guess what he does? He'll go around every now and then. He'll find a platform and he'll look and say,
He'll pick up on TikTok and he'll own all of it.
Yeah.
But you know when I saw the beginning of the end of the music business as we knew it, and I remember having this conversation back in like Motown. Let's say Motown.
Right.
Berry Gordy had the Supremes. You know they was called the No Hit Supremes because they kept putting out records they couldn't get a hit. The Temptations was called the No Hit Temptations. But he believed in them. Yeah. So he's like, I'm gonna keep going because I believe. Russell Simmons too. In 1995, right before I got signed, is when Polygram and all of the corporations came in. They bought. And what I learned, and I'm sitting there, and I was in a meeting one day. I wasn't supposed to be there, but they was meeting with the company. Now it was Seagram's that owned Def Jam. What I found out, they don't know who's on the label. All they care about is at the end of the year,
numbers.
This is what gonna happen. So what does that make happen? That means if Lil G works for the label, he can't say, I believe in him, I'm gonna keep trying. Because he gonna get fired.
Right.
And he ain't trying to lose his job. So he like, okay, he not working, let me find somebody that sounds like that. And that's what everybody started doing to save their job. Nobody, you couldn't believe in somebody and keep trying because you believed in them. Now it became, I gotta save my ass. Yeah. Because they never sacrifice their ass for you. And that's when it was about the bottom line. Wow. And then everybody started doing it and nobody cared.
Collar corporate.
That's deep. Wow. Yeah, because think about it, in the 70s you had Parliament Funkadelic, you had Stevie Wonder, you had Sly and the Family Stone, you had the Ohio. It was so many different kinds of music.
Yeah.
You don't have that now because everybody wanted to say that. That's why everything started sounding like because everybody had that. Because them corporations, I saw it for myself. I was in there. Man. They had no idea who I was, and I had the #1 record in the country. Wow. And they didn't care. All they cared about at the end of the year, this is what the bottom line better look like, and I don't care how you get to it. So if the label is like, but I believe in him, I'm gonna get fired. Shit. Let me find something that sound like Let me find something that sound like this because they want to save their own ass, and that was the beginning of the end.
Really?
Yep. Yep.
And so good history, people.
Yeah.
No, but
but I saw it when it was happening.
We're still in that cycle right now.
Well, no, now we in a whole nother cycle.
Now
because now it's gone to where anybody and everybody can put out anything.
Yeah, anything.
Yeah,
platform.
Riding ponies.
Right. Well, no, the internet did that. And you know, where you could just put it out because you gotta think about it. There's no gatekeepers. There's no gatekeepers.
Your boy with Napster.
Yeah, the white dude.
Yeah, with Napster.
But the music industry has some blame in that too, because when Napster came out, they had a choice. They was like, well, people was getting singles. We can just start selling singles instead of albums. They was like, nah, we're not doing that. We selling albums. Because back then, remember, people was putting out albums and there was only one song on there that was good. Okay. They was like, we're not doing that. If they had done that, they could have cut it off. But they was like, nah, hell no. We gonna keep putting out albums. And they went right under them, was like, okay. And when people realized they could go song for song, they was like, I'm not buying that album.
I don't have to.
I don't have to. Yeah. They're like, oh, y'all don't want to sell them a single at a time? Cool.
Yeah. Right.
Was there ever, and this is for everybody around the room, was there ever a point when you guys were at like the height, when you guys had, your #1 singles out, doing all the events, the awards shows, was there ever a point in which you guys were like, wait, I didn't expect this. I didn't know it was going to be like this. Was there like a level of disappointment when you were at a point where nobody could think you could be disappointed that stands out for everybody in here? When you guys, in terms of the industry itself?
I'll let y'all take that first.
I don't. When the gangsters come, just kidding. You avoided a few gangsters.
Repeat the question. Was there a point where we felt disappointed?
Yeah, but I'm talking about at the point when everything is going phenomenal. You got hit records out. You doing all the shows. You're making all the money. Was there ever like a wake up, like, ha, gotcha, bitch moment where the industry slapped you in the face and you didn't expect that?
Yeah, at the end of that first record.
Yeah, but
at the end of the first album,
I always thought I signed up. When I got in the group, I signed up to be forever because they wanted to be the Temptations. I wanted to be a part of the Temptations.
Right.
And when Temps was forever, I thought I was gonna be forever. So I can't have that moment until I tap out of the group.
So what was your
because for me, I had no disappointments. I didn't have no disappointments. That's what I'm telling you. I ain't had because when I signed up to ride with these dudes.
Regardless of what,
whatever.
So that you got what you signed up for.
Yeah, exactly.
Got you.
I like when people say, "Well, Gwyn, can you tell the people who are trying to be new and think?" I always like, "Yo, you gotta love it whether you sing for 5 people or whether you sing for 5 million people." And I just thought I signed when I got in the circle and we had our first little thing, and then I got in the huddle and the whole nine. It was like, yo, we want to be like the Temps. I was like, well, cool. I'm down for that.
In spite of whatever.
In spite of whatever the squad.
I salute y'all for
totally
still being together like that, because that don't happen.
Right.
I can totally agree with that
don't
because if it wasn't for the love,
If it weren't for the love.
For that
I
part.
think we all agree on that.
I think we will all respectfully agree to disagree.
Meaning what though? Like that sounds like there's a
that we are
disagreement.
black men who have gone through a lot with each other as brothers, and we formed a brotherhood based on recognizing that it's work.
Yeah.
And it's the kind of work that you don't have to do. You have
There-
to
yeah.
choose to do it.
And it's real because
real.
there's been a lot of brotherhoods that broke apart once the money came, once the fame came.
yeah.
But
Oh,
y'all's got to be real for y'all to still be together now.
It's got to
Yeah.
be real. So at the end of every decision for me, I'm like, I always say to myself, these are the dudes that I know that if everything falls apart, I can call one of them and be like, yo, I need to be on your couch for a month or so till I
Yeah.
get my life right. And I feel like every one of these dudes would be like, man, come on. What you
beautiful.
waiting on? Why you not at the front door already? Why you
Yeah, that's
calling me?
beautiful.
Just come on.
Yeah.
And
I'm
that's
gonna give
really
your
how I
ass a
gauge it.
bill.
And that's rare. And that's rare.
But that's
That's rare.
I'm gonna say it like this: mountains have fell on me, but I ain't dead yet.
Yeah.
Swam across many oceans and they never got wet. I stepped on an ant's ass as he went walking past. Took a trip up to the sun and ain't got burnt up yet. I don't mean to brag and I don't mean to boast, but I can sit on a tombstone
and produce baby ghosts.
Dig that.
What about you, Case?
Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
What about you? Because here's the thing. Here's the thing. The industry is just that. It's an industry. And there are a lot of times where you get signed young, you come in, you got a hit record out, you know what I mean? Everything is golden, or so you think. And then something happens that before you were inside of that circle, you didn't know existed, right? And then you're like, well, wait a minute. I didn't expect. I wasn't ready for that. I didn't know this was gonna happen. I didn't know I had to go through this to get to that. You understand what I'm saying? So,
Well, mine is simpler than that. Like I knew all of that stuff, but I remember when my third album came out, Missing You was #1 in the country, right? And they messed up the second single. That's the short version.
right. The second single, which would have been what?
Not Your Friend.
Okay.
What happened was they put it out and it was racing up the charts, and then they got the mandate to go get another single that they had spent way more money on, and it bricked. And then they tried to double back, but it was too late. And so we had a meeting. We had a meeting, and somebody in charge was like, "Well, I promise you, I'm giving you my word. We're gonna put out this single. I'm gonna make it up to you."
Right.
And 2 months later, niggas like, "I never said that." I was like, "You said it in front of 7 people, nigga."
Wow.
That yeah, it was kind of disappointing, but I wanted to slap the shit out of him.
Right.
It like for real. That and I was only disappointed because I know people have their ain't shit ways, but that blatant,
Yeah.
that shit pissed me off.
Yeah, a lot of that was going on.
Yeah.
It's like the video we did, the Freak Me video. Like the one that we did, we didn't. Yeah, it's a good example. It's like, you know, the record, Keith was like, you know, we're going to do this for them, and then after we do this, we're going to come. And it was just like, it was that same scenario, man. It was just a crazy thing. We were totally against it.
Against the video concept?
Against the video concept, it was just that
because
we...
what happened was,
Go ahead.
if I
No,
can
yeah, absolutely.
It wasn't Keith. It was the label coming in on his vibe. Like,
Okay.
oh, you done got to this point. Now we're gonna come in and do this pop video. We want to be pop. So
okay.
that first video where we got on the mustard pants and the red jackets, looking like we from
And look,
Europe.
you got on
Right.
And look, you got.
Y'all niggas looking like the main ingredient.
No, wait, keep going, because that's a good story.
No, but seriously, and Keith was battling. We watched him technically battle with the label. I mean, he was literally in L.A. calling in New York with Electra, going back and forth about this video and what to do about it. And he gave him their shot. Okay, but if you don't, you guarantee me that I can shoot another remix video. And that's when he did the remix when we had on the Sexy Towels.
Okay.
In the locker room with the sweaty
Lionel
shirts on.
Martin.
But you know, they messed to me. The record label got in his way too early. They got in his
And
way
now
too
we
early.
talking about
and it's like they messed up the concept of what he was doing, and it kind
And it
of
fucked up the momentum a little bit.
So you know
Not
what,
the
he was
momentum, but
trying
just
to-
the whole-
Well, Keith was trying to bring his New York. Kind of like how Puffy was able to take Jodeci and bring some edge.
Right.
Keith was trying to keep the edge, and he wanted that edge to be the first image.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
And they were like, "No, let us clean this up for you,
and make it.
And we're gonna make this the image." And then they said, you know, if you don't like it after that, we'll give you another video. But Keith knew what he wanted to do in that moment.
I'm still trying to figure out if they charged us for the shit that we did.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, they did.
Yes.
charged us.
They paid. Yeah,
Well,
we
we
had to
spent
pay
some
for
more
that.
money.
But
back
Keith
then.
made him give us another $250 to do his video.
And was that also charged back?
Shit, yeah.
Of course.
Wait, is this rhetorical?
This
Wait,
is
is this rhetorical?
Everything was charged.
See, this is what this is
Niggas
the
charge
info.
y'all for my wardrobe one time. I was on a whole nother level. That you know how they get down.
Yeah.
Yo,
sure
who was
do.
I was at Trinidad James. He was like, I did a video. He said he did a video with T.I. and somebody else.
Right.
He said, Jeezy. He said Jeezy wore a Dickie suit and some Nikes. T.I. wore a T-shirt and his own brand, and they charged Trinidad James budget $40,000. He was like, how?
It's
But
a
that's the
dirty
shit.
game.
It's a dirty game.
It's a dirty game.
It's
charged
dirty.
them $40,000.
The label. Because most people don't audit them.
Right. No,
So that's like if Lil G got his own clothing line, you wore your own clothing line, and I wore this. Oh, $40,000 to your budget.
What?
Yeah.
And that's how a lot of us got caught up in it. Man. that-
Because they do it all the time. They charge you double and triple for studio time.
If Pistol was releasing it,
Daryl and Lisa, they was chilling.
That billing,
That's
man,
crazy
listen.
though.
Man, we buying everybody lunch.
Y'all about to make me mad all over again.
Lunch on ship.
And there's no way.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
correct me
yeah.
if I'm wrong, but there's no way to be prepared for stuff like that when you coming in the game.
Those are the ones that
There
catch
actually
you.
is to be prepared for that. I speak for me. I just didn't do it because they tell you you're allowed to audit the record company twice a year. But I don't know anybody who did it
Who
back
did
then.
that?
If we had done it, because we were so busy having fun.
There was a catch to that.
We like, we good.
There was a catch to that. If you audit them, they're going to slow your process down.
Oh shit, yeah.
So that's why you wouldn't audit
Cancel
them.
it too, it's real.
You know, you got to wait till you lead a label to audit them. You can't just do it on the label.
It's like starting to fight with your wife
It's
and
like
then
being
trying to
on
get
the
in the bed.
basketball team.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
You gonna play for the
Babe, I'm
Hawks.
sick of this shit. Come here.
You gonna play for a major basketball
You're right.
team
Yeah, you're
and then
right.
go
You're right.
audit the franchise. Why are you playing on the court? No, that's not happening.
See,
The
that's
Craig
just,
Hodges.
that's crazy though. Like, you know what I'm
That's
saying?
the Colin Kaepernick shit.
Because the
That's the
people.
Colin Kaepernick
God
shit.
bless
Yeah,
Colin
you're right,
Kaepernick.
you're right about that. You're
And I
right
love
about
your
that.
series,
Yeah,
Colin.
the
same
series is
Thank
dope.
you, thank
It's
you
the
for
same
that.
thing.
The
If
series is dope. Shout out
man,
Colin Kaepernick.
If I could
man.
hug you, brother,
shout
I
out to
would.
Colin
Love you,
Kaepernick.
man, for that.
Absolutely.
Thank
But
you.
see, these are the aspects of the game that people listening, the people supporting, the people that really are paying the bills have no idea about.
Right.
When people was buying the millions of albums, they ain't know none of this stuff.
No.
You know what I'm saying? And so this is what I think brings people into a different level. You know what I mean? Because now people that have been rocking with Silk since '92 are, late 30s, 40s, 50s now. They got careers, they got kids, some of them got grandkids, but they got their life going and doing what it's doing. Right. So now they're hearing stories like this, like, wait a minute. When these songs is, I had no idea these brothers was going through this, and guess what that does? It brings a different level of respect for not only what you had to go through, but it brings a different level of respect for the product. Yeah. Because I guarantee you, when they're done watching this, they're gonna go grab the album, and they're gonna listen to it with a different ear now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Same thing with him, and I tell him this all the time. Like, people look at stuff from a perspective that you will never understand. You know what I mean? It's the same thing in radio. Right. Like, it's the same thing. People are like, damn, when he said this, now I feel like I know him differently, right? So when they hear those inside type of stories, it brings even more love, more passion, more emotion to the product when they put it back in there. You know what I'm saying?
Let me also say this.
Go ahead, John. You haven't spoken.
Now I was just gonna kind of piggyback off what Gerard was saying, like sitting here thinking right now, and we have done a lot of different kind of interviews over the years or whatever, and I think we have told bits and pieces of stuff or whatever case may be, but like sitting here now, like kind of like talking with y'all, it's kind of done on me like, damn, we never really sat here and had an in-depth conversation about the inner workings of how that shit was.
Because we've been trained to keep it moving.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, like even next here now, I'm like, damn, that what I'm listening to you. I'm like, a lot of stuff I didn't remember until y'all, you know what I mean? Some stuff I do, some stuff I don't, but I'm like, damn, that really did happen. Yeah. That shit was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they used a whole lot of broomsticks back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody even took me to dinner first.
I remember something to your question. I remember
Right?
something to
Am I
your
lying?
question that
No
brought
eye
it to my
contact,
attention.
nothing.
When we were in transition from Keith to Electric,
Okay.
we ended up meeting Sonya Norwood. Brandy was on tour with us
Shout out to
overseas. She was
Sonya.
15. Sonya and Ray, thank y'all for everything y'all did. They were the managers over to me in my bedroom record. They took us 3 or 4 times platinum or something. But my point is that transition was hard for us because, you know, the manager didn't get along with the label because Ray J was leaving and they gave him a gold record. He wasn't happy. So we was in the middle of that. But at the same time, we family. So we stayed where we had to stay, and Ray J moved to Atlantic with Brandy. But my point is that transition shocked us because we was in the middle of something that could have killed our career.
Yeah.
Because who's Sylvia Rome?
Sylvia Rome.
One of the best presidents in this industry ever. Top 10. As a matter of fact, if you look up the charts on her and her rankings in this industry, she's one of the best presidents in the world. She took us double platinum, triple platinum with Sonya Norwood. But the transition to do that was a scary one for us, and that's to your question, what was scary, what happened that was crazy.
Yeah.
And if we would have made one wrong move, we wouldn't be here today.
Right.
In that position. And it's like, artists got to understand, you got to ride with your team. You can't get out there and get willy-nilly and just because you got a couple of dollars or you having a lot of sex with women or boys or whatever. You can't get out there and lose your mind.
Well, we just jumped the shark.
I'm just keeping it real. You
No, I feel you.
can't get out there and lose
You
your
ain't had to say it
mind
out loud, though.
on your
Damn.
team. You know, if you were a rap label, stick with the label. If you were the R&B, stick with who is behind you. 'Cause I'm telling you, if you see it through, it's going to work out on some level. You know, it might not be everything you want, but you're going to survive it. And that's the key to survive, to try to survive again. So,
And you with people who's not trying to snake you.
and that's my
There you
name.
go.
Let me do this. Let me give a Gerard J shout out because I know everything has been like musically based on what we've been talking about. But I got caught up in a conversation one time with Gerard A and Ryan, and I said, remember I said I was like, yo, no, for years like Ryan Cameron in Atlanta. And I never heard who was gonna take the throne, but I just remember Gerard J coming through. And earlier I was like, yo, I always felt like when you put him on, like you were trying to groom him for the seat. And the politics went down.
Yeah.
It went down how it went down. And at the
Yeah.
end of the day, God's still in control. He moved how I need to move. But I told you what I heard.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you got to where you needed to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so like for me, the music piece works the same piece. It works the same way. Like we where we need to be.
I remember that conversation, man, and I've had similar conversations with this one over here.
Yep.
And
Don't refer to me as this one over here.
This one over here
and
is
you know
case.
what?
Nah, that-
And you
right,
know
that's
what?
Put respect on his name.
I'm gonna say this for
I'm a
real,
person.
like, and I've had conversations with Lil John about that stuff too, and I'm gonna say
See
this
how
for
he
real.
said his name? This one over here. Him downstairs.
Him now.
And you know how the house talk to the field, dog. You know how the house talk to the field. It be wrong.
Boy, you
It be
know-
wrong.
Boy,
It be wrong, dog.
So
What you doing up on that horse?
Yeah.
Get them grits
Who is
back.
this
Get them
nigga
grits.
on his head? Boy, would I like those.
But see, here's the thing about that. To be real though, like, I remember that conversation, and when I have conversations like that, and I think about it in that perspective, this is the reason why I'm able to converse with people like y'all on a different type of a level. And the thing about that is because when you have that internal, right, the internal discomfort and that internal disappointment, regardless of what aspect of the industry you in, you can relate to the person who is having the same type of discomfort on their end of it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, y'all know what I've been through in radio, especially in Atlanta. And it's been, like you said, right? And I always knew it wasn't about me. I always knew that it wasn't about my talent level or nothing like that. However, it's difficult to swallow that when things aren't going the way that you feel like they're supposed to be going. Right. Same thing happens in your situation. Y'all all know y'all some of the most talented people that are walking the face of the earth, especially vocally, right? But then you still got to deal with shit that you have no explanation for. That's the reason why we can have these type of conversations and bring them in so they can see it on a different type of perspective.
You know what I learned about that? That's a very good point. But what I learned about that is that nothing happens that's not supposed to happen. Even if you can't see it at the time, I know, speaking for me, I always land on my feet.
No doubt.
Never fails. And obviously y'all do too.
I got to test it. I was about to say.
Yeah, obviously y'all do too. Because if people fight against what's good, you can't stop what's gonna happen. Because people gonna be people. Shit is gonna be shit, just like COVID happened.
Yeah.
But nothing happens that ain't supposed to happen. So when it's good shit that happens to me, I'm like, okay, cool. When it's bad shit, I'm like, okay, what can I learn from this? Or okay, why did this happen?
Ooh, that's a big
and what is
lesson.
this?
Message. That's a big
Yeah,
lesson.
yeah.
It is.
If people can understand
Because
that
you
part
can't-
of
you
the
can't
game.
change it.
'Cause
You can't change it.
But you can't. The thing is, we as human beings, we try to aspire to control stuff.
And you can't control it.
cannot
You can't control it.
And once you learn the lesson of not trying to control what you can't control,
Yeah,
The
man.
biggest control is to let go.
Yeah.
at that point, you
That's the
elevate.
biggest
You elevate
control.
at that point. As soon as you do that, you think about it. If you're trying to control all this stuff and you taking all this weight on, that ain't even your weight to take.
Right.
Once you let go of that weight, you automatically have to elevate it because you just got lighter.
Yep.
You just got lighter. And so if you live your life looking at life through that lens, automatically you elevate yourself above most people who just running like this because everything they come in contact with,
They want to control
they
it.
want to control it.
But
And you
that's
can't.
so hard to do.
But and then we had this conversation. I have a motto. I don't stress over shit I can't control.
Right.
Because here's the thing. This water's right here. If I stress about it being over there and maybe it might fall, if it don't fall, I just stress myself out for nothing.
Right.
If I just go with the flow and it fall, okay, that shit fell. Now let me pick it up.
Yeah.
But you're gonna stress yourself and whatever's gonna happen, gonna happen.
Yeah.
I try to tell the same shit to my kids. It's gonna happen.
Now, let me give you this, and then we can. I gotta go use that. So me and Kay standing. No, check it out. So I get here. I did my thing today.
Say
got
it.
Planes, all this whole thing. I come. Case at the door. We speak. We talk for a minute. We walk outside. We talk about who coming, all that stuff. He looking for you. I'm trying to make sure y'all connect because I love to see when y'all connect. The whole nine. We stand there talking. He done told me about his project and what he doing. And I look at him. I said, well, why don't you just put us on one of your records? And then he looked at me, and we both looked at each other like,
That was way
it
too
was
easy.
genius.
Yeah.
And then he looked at me like, well, that was, why didn't we ever think of this before?
Yeah.
And he immediately started the chain running. The thing came full circle, and it wasn't something that we could see, but it was right. And then he said it. He said,
Yeah.
the stuff
and I
that
said
I missed.
what's supposed to happen gonna happen.
Yeah, and he said the stuff that he misses is the stuff that's right in front of him.
Damn.
He said that's the stuff he misses. And I can relate to that. I can remember doing, like, we were talking about album credits. I can remember doing album credits, and I got to the end, I was like,
forget the
dang,
closest
who
people
did I
to you.
get? Who did I miss? I said, whoever I missed, charge it to my head, not my heart.
Yeah.
And then
Because-
and here's the thing, and when it came out, it'd be that one person. I'm like, damn, how
They
did
was
that
right
happen?
there. They was right
All the
there.
time.
Like,
All
yo,
the
it was
time.
one
And you
time like,
missed
nigga,
too.
you was in the car with me when I was right there.
But you remember
Make
though?
you feel bad.
Hey,
Yeah,
but you
and I'm
remember
sitting there
when we
trying
was
to
in
not forget.
when we was in LA, we had just blew up. We ran into Boys and Men at the La Montrose Hotel on Hammond. I know that hotel.
That's my spot.
La Montrose. I don't know if Bobby Brown car's still in the garage, but Bobby Brown had a car in the garage. But Wanye from
A
Boys
lot
and
of shit
Men.
happened in that hotel.
Wanye from Boys and Men saw us on the steps, and he told us. He said, "The things that are gonna happen the best for you is gonna happen at the right time. It's all about timing." He said, "Don't press it.
Nah.
Just wait for the right time or make the right time."
It happens
and it's
when
like
it's supposed to happen.
and every time, like when Sonny Norwood came in our life, the right time. When Keith Sweat came in our life, the right time. When before him, Louise Ferguson, with No Pain, No Gain Management came in our life and gave us a deal because Tim's brother Bobo worked for Aaron's Rent and was delivering her furniture.
Right.
Her and Keith was moving to Atlanta. He saw the plaques on the wall like, hey, my brother's singing the group.
And I bet you none of those instances was something that you tried.
Nothing we
It just
tried.
happened.
Everything we tried
That's
to do,
how it works.
We've stressed about, we've argued about, we debated about, we went back and forth about. We made it through, but it was damn sure hard.
Well, nothing worth having gonna be easy.
It's gonna be easy. It's about timing, man.
Hold
It's
on,
about timing.
hold on. But it was me and him sitting in the driveway at Elder Cameron house. At Elder and Prophetess Cameron's house. Me and Jim pulled up. It's after we had gone to the Boys to Me. We gonna go see them at the thing at Auburn Street. And we was mad because we heard Motown Philly on the radio, and we thought we was supposed to be the ones that was on lock with a bass man, 3-part harmony, and a lead.
And them niggas came out with one.
And right after they played Motown Philly, they played Keith Sweat's song. I looked at Jim, I said,
Which song was it, BG? It was
I think it was Right and Wrong Way. I think it was Right and Wrong Way. But I promise, we was sitting in the driveway. And I said, whoever get with him, gonna win.
Really?
And this is a year before we hadn't even, there wasn't no Keith Sweat talk at all. It wasn't even no Lil G talk. But without Lil G, we know who we are. You know, so everything.
You know what? I just finished reading Will Smith's book, right? That book is
I
awesome.
want to get that.
The book is awesome, but let me tell you what he said. And it reminds me of that. He said that his parents said, look, you got a year to be a rapper. And if it don't work, you go into the University of Wisconsin. So he's working, and he used to listen to the Countdown in Philly every night.
Right.
And so he's like, damn, they're not playing our song. Number 5, damn, it's not on here. Number 4, damn, it's not on here. They get all the way up to, it was the number 1 song. He was like, holy shit.
Damn.
But he was Parents Just No. It was off the first album. Not Brand New Funk. What was their first single off their?
I know I can't.
Oh, Girls of the World Ain't Nothing But Trouble.
Oh, yeah.
So what happened was when it got to the number 2 song, he's like, damn, this shit ain't gonna work. Maybe I made a mistake. And it was like number 1 song, and he was like, God damn, I doubted myself, and I learned that. Yeah. But that's how it happened.
That's how it happened.
Yeah.
That nigga done gave up on himself in his head, and he said that. He's like, I gave up on myself.
The universe had already put him where he was supposed to be.
That's right.
I went through that with Freak Me, 92 Christmas. On record, the Box is the group that broke the radio station that broke. I remember the Box. Yeah. So what happened was I'm driving my mom. We Christmas break. We going back to Houston. Mm-hmm. And as I'm driving late at night, now my mom low key like Prophet Ted. Like I couldn't listen to she wouldn't. So but she sleep because I'm driving like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. I start listening to all the radio station. Every station I hit, I start hitting Shreveport. All those. They playing our record.
Wow.
I'm calling home like, what? We famous. Right. Famous.
We here.
So I get to so it's Christmas time. So they're about to do the countdown. And so they doing the countdowns for the man, Whitney Houston.
That wasn't to smash it up. Was you in Atlanta?
No, I was in Houston. But Whitney Houston ended up being number 1, and we ended up being number 2 record. And the thing was, like he told you earlier, Happy Days was the single coming out in November.
Right.
But the Box took Freak Me, and it just exploded on its own.
And that's how it works.
So we ended up with the number 2 song for the year behind Whitney Houston. I'll always love you.
Yeah.
And you complain about being behind.
But watch this. You can't.
But then we overtook it.
Yeah.
Especially back then.
But in Atlanta, we don't know none of this is going on. And this ain't the time when everybody got a cell phone.
Right.
So I'm like calling back like, y'all, we famous.
He still got busy signals.
But the end game says that even though we didn't know what was happening in the universe had decided that the work that we had put in was worthy of being.
Yes, sir.
Where that work was.
Yes, sir. And you can't stop it.
You can't stop it.
Nope.
But we weren't pressing. We were grateful because Jermaine had just did a remix for Happy Days.
Yep.
We were like, oh my God, top of the year finna come out. Jermaine got our remix for Happy Days. We happy in Atlanta.
Right.
Cause Greg rocking the remix with Jermaine. We like, okay, top of the year, we finna really.
Not even knowing what's about to happen.
Not even knowing what's really about to happen.
Yeah.
Top of the year come, the whole label calls a meeting, switches everything. Stops pushing Happy Days. They gotta push Freak Me because it's getting too much momentum across the
momentum.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that what happened with that?
That's what happened.
That's what
Watch
happened.
this. But going back to what he said earlier, that was the beginning of the foreshadowing of the end because what they did was they didn't put it out as a single just yet to buy it. So you got all this radio airplay coming with Freak Me just starting to everywhere. We 5 dudes walking around in California with boxes listening to Dr. Dre everywhere we go.
Right.
Scaring the white people. We going in all these little places, Sacramento, Fresno, we going all these little spots, Arizona.
Modesto.
We walking around with our boxes. We walking around being the dudes we are from Decatur.
Yeah.
Label's not putting out a single yet. Why? Because you got to go buy the album to hear Freak Me. There is no streaming yet.
Right.
So guess how much money they made?
And if Happy Days was the single, they already spent the money on
the
that.
money's already been spent on it.
The money's already spent.
They already paid Jermaine for that remix.
The money's already spent.
Yeah.
How much was the
Y'all
album
bringing me around.
And they start being like, well, we got to do a new spin.
How much was the
Stop
album?
saying shit like that.
What was that record store up in Lenox Mall in the corner? What was that? How much was albums back then?
Shit, back in
1999,
in 1991,
$11.99,
them shits was like
$12.99.
$7.99 because you could get the cassette.
Okay.
Yeah, them shits was cheap.
If they
You
had
can slice a piece
pot,
of 50 cent.
If they had pot, you could get a good $12.99.
But the CD, when they came out with the CDs, they were a bit pricey. Though,
$19.99
for back then.
Like $19.
Yeah.
But look what we talking
I
about.
don't know if it was.
This is crazy
Look,
right
In
now.
91?
Like this.
Back then, CDs just came out.
No,
Yeah, they
CDs
just
No.
came CDs have been out since
93.
85.
It was in
86,
92, 93 because the song became a #1 song in like March, April of 93.
But they were pricey though.
I could have sworn the highest price that I remember was like $15.
Something like
Yeah,
that.
for an album, yeah.
But they could do that because the man was there. Think about it. Where else you gonna get it?
Shit, back then I was working maintenance in the projects when y'all shit came.
Now,
For real, dog?
Shit, yeah.
you get somebody to make you a
Yeah.
tape. That's
And I
different.
remember every time we would get a call, I used to walk around. This is the ignorant shit. I'm like, man, one day I ain't gonna be able to walk through here. I'm like, one day I'm gonna be.
That's what I was missing.
Dang.
Nigga,
I missed that part of the dream.
I used to be that.
I didn't dream about that.
And I used to be singing all the time. I'm like, yo, one day I'm not even gonna be able to walk through here. They all gonna be like, what?
God is good.
Man.
Hey, you put it out there in the universe and he came back.
But let me tell you the ignorant shit I did. That was a civil service job in New York. It's almost impossible to get fired from that job. It's a good job. All the people I started with is retired now. They was making $150,000 a year, whatever. It was getting in the way of me going to parties, to network, and to go to the studio. One day I punched out and never went back.
Damn.
Here's the other shit. Them shits is so hard to get fired from. I didn't know they don't fire you for 3 months. So a month after I walked away, my girl was like, hey, I'm pregnant with Lil Case. I'm like, well, I already quit my job. So now I'm like, damn, gotta figure this out. 2 months later, they was like, you terminated. I'm like, she was like, you had a job all the time? Huh?
Damn.
I'm like, shit, this shit got to work now.
Yeah.
But I walked away from that job, and niggas like, you stupid as hell. I was like,
Maybe without believing, but maybe not.
I'm gonna die on this hill.
No, that right.
Hey,
I ain't got no backup. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you this. The next single after that was "Girl You For Me," right? Mm-hmm. And then,
Great song.
But while,
yeah.
But while "Girl You For Me" was popping, under the skirt, they was playing "Lose Control."
Radio was playing it.
Yeah, remember they had Lose
Radio was
Control.
playing "Lose Control," and guess what? We
That
never
wasn't no
did a
single
video
either.
for it. They didn't release it as a single either.
And that's another one that could
That
have.
sucks.
That's crazy. But I'm gonna tell you this from a radio standpoint. That kind of stuff happens a lot. Even today, that happens a lot. But then that would happen a lot. So it's like you would have a situation depending on the market, right? Like it could be if it was a Phoenix or if it was a whatever certain market where you would just have a song that would just create some buzz, and then the station would jump on the record because of the ratings that it would bring in. Then the record take off, but you as the artist is not prepared for that, nor is the record label. And I'll tell you an example. When I was in Phoenix doing evenings, I had a feature where I would preview a new record. And what I would do is I would just pick a new song from whoever.
Yeah.
Didn't ask nobody for permission or nothing. I would be like, yo, this record is fire. I'm going to play this. And then what happens is the audience gravitates to it. And now they want to hear the record. Next thing you know, the record has traction, but the label has no idea that this record has traction. Now you get it, especially if it's a major market.
Right.
If it's a major market and you got these jocks that do these features like that and the record take off, you got to catch up because if you don't, you can't capitalize on the record.
You know what's the best story I heard of a
That's what I
situation
look-
like that?
That's one thing I liked about radio back in the day. You had the power to break records.
Yeah, man.
You had the power
Yeah.
To make a difference of a record, and you saved a lot of careers doing that.
Yeah.
Because if you don't break a record for an artist, it never gets there.
Yeah.
And the one that you pick ain't always the
Them
one.
and DJs.
So yeah, them and
Yep.
DJs.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I really miss that about the industry.
Yeah.
Y'all guys had that power to do that. You had the power now on Kickback. But
But that's how that would happen. Like we would do features, bruh, and it'd be like, okay, there's a record from Silk that I heard somewhere else,
that's
right?
how Lose Control was never a single for us.
There you go.
Right.
They pulled it from the record.
I bet you that's what happened.
Somebody pulled it from
You
the
know
record.
what's the
and played
best
it,
story I heard
and it
about
was-
like that? Casey and JoJo put their album out. They had like 2 singles, and it was done. Nobody was messing with it. A DJ in Hawaii started playing All My Life. Next thing you know,
Out of here.
happened?
a DJ in Hawaii kept playing it, and that's what happened. Because they was done. The label was done with it.
Wow.
They already got their 2 singles. They was like,
Yeah, they was like, this shit ain't working. A DJ in Hawaii started playing it nonstop, and it just caught on, and that shit sold, what, 4 million?
That happens a lot though. That would happen a lot.
Shit
you
never
know.
happened to me. Nobody gave me nothing.
But that goes back to you that I tell people all the time, all it takes is one.
Yeah.
Like that's one thing I like coaching. All I need is one.
Yeah.
I need one dude that's gonna buy in.
Yep.
I'm gonna be able to convince everybody else to buy in
Yeah.
based on that
Through
one
him.
dude that's buying in.
Yep.
It's the right dude that's buying in.
Yep.
So all it takes is one.
They gonna follow him.
Yeah, they gonna follow.
You look at a dude like Funk Flex. He's notorious for that.
Right.
He'll Funk Flex will take a record. Even now, he'll take a record, put them bombs on it, whatever the case is. It's a record that nobody even planned on putting out. Right. He'll take a record that's not even mastered yet. Right? Yeah. And he'll fire it off, and because he's Funk Flex and you in market number 1 and people believe you and they trust in you and they riding like
they gonna get on board.
Oh, that shit fire.
When Touch Me Tease Me came, he played that shit 5 times.
Yeah.
Back to back. He's like, bring that back. And he played that shit 5 times back to back.
For real though.
And when I was in Phoenix, that's the type of stuff that I would do, because that's what I would do, and it was like stuff would just go crazy. Next thing you know, as the artist and as a label, you better come on in, because here's a record you got. It might not be the one you planned on rocking with, but this market is rocking with this record.
Go with it.
You know what I'm saying?
Lie to you, Kate. That goddamn Touch Me Tease Me was kind of bona fide from the chart.
But let me tell you what's funny about that. Let me tell you what's funny about that. Now, I told him this. He was like, nigga, what? I'm a ballad dude.
Yeah.
Nigga, I can hear a smash, Touch Me, Tease Me. I'm like, how is it? Niggas like, that shit is dope. I'm like, yeah, I hated that shit. Because I don't like fast songs.
He ain't like that song.
I don't like up-tempo songs. It's not that I don't like them, but I have no fucking idea.
Yeah.
And so when I heard niggas like, yo, this shit crazy, I'm like, it's dope. Yeah. I'm like, yeah. Yeah. And then when enough people said, I'm like, yeah. So we got this.
Yeah.
But if it was up to me, I'd have.
You'd have done something else.
I know I wouldn't have had no idea that it was a hit.
That's what he did in the parking lot. I was like, yeah, we need to jump on rock. He was like, yeah, that's a dope idea. Let me call the producer and ask him what he think y'all should say.
Well, you know why? Because I'm like, yo, what song do we have that Silk could get on? And then here's the funny part. The song he told me, I'm like, nigga, that song ain't got no homies. He's like, yes, it do. Just trust me.
He said that.
I can show you the whole conversation. I'm like, you sure?
You know,
like, nigga, just trust me.
Sometimes it take another person's ear though.
It does.
Sometimes it take a person's ear outside of the situation.
No, but what did I tell you about your squad? I told you about what I said. He was telling me how he was moving, how he was saying,
I'm like, I'm exhausted. And what I said to you, I was like, I need him to think for me today.
Yeah. And he was telling me how he went in the studio and his people at the lab, he said he was lit. He was walking out the studio, they played something. He was like, well, let me sing that one down one time. He said he forgot about it.
3 weeks later, he played it. I'm like, what's that? I was like, that's me? And I'm like, this shit is dope. It's that song. Yeah.
Is it the one is it the one me and JoJo like? You remember? Is it that one? The New Jack sounding record? Remember?
No, I remember.
So he got it. Okay, I'm just gonna say this for everybody. Fuck that.
Record. They love it, but to me, I'm like,
okay, watch this, cause so we'll go to the studio.
You've been waiting to do this shit.
Yeah, hell yeah. Is all the cameras on? Watch this shit.
I never forget you.
Man, then you got the camera. Okay, let me tell you something about Case that pisses me the hell off. Right? Okay, so look. That's my brother. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna always tell him what I think. He gonna always tell me what he think. Right? We in the studio one day, and shouts out to JoJo, he in there, Travis in there. Who else?
All of them, like this shit.
Everybody in there, right? We playing records. I'm like, oh, that one's dope too. That one's dope too. A record come on that he never told me about. Right. Record been done for
I tried to pretend it didn't.
Hold on. Wow. Record has been done for 2 years. Wow. The record's been recorded for 2 years. Wow. The record come on. The first 2 bars of the record, I'm like, what is that? Stop.
Everybody in the room is like,
what is this? And it's a record that he was, I don't like this record. Everybody in the studio, and these are people that are industry heavyweights, JoJo and Seuss, these are people that know music.
Bros who know.
Are like, nigga, that is it. He got the record in his pocket. Don't nobody know about the record. And I'm like, nigga, what are you doing? That is the record right there. Like, that's the one.
I want to hear that.
I'm just telling the truth. But the point I'm trying to make is that sometimes it takes an ear that's outside of the people that created it to tell you what's hot. You know what I'm saying? Outside your comfort zone. Because look, y'all done recorded the record, done listened to it 30,000 times already. You listen to the ad libs, you listen to the reference tracks, all of that stuff. But you're going to listen to it from a different ear.
But you know what's the good thing about there's 5 of them, so they got checks and balances. It's just me.
Yeah, but to a certain degree.
And whoever I'm fighting with in my head.
That's how we felt about Freak Me. We was scared.
Yeah. All of y'all?
All of them. We were scared.
All of y'all were scared to Freak Me?
Yeah. Timzo wasn't scared.
See, we was a church.
Zoe, I know you weren't scared.
No, scared.
Wait, hold on, Jimmy.
I know my nigga Zoe wasn't scared.
Hold on. Jimmy, what? No, wait a minute, what now?
No, we was a gospel group.
Okay.
When we was 15, and we was singing commissioned and Help me out, y'all. Yep.
Yeah.
That's my verse. That's my verse, bro.
Oh, my nigga, my bad.
But yeah, we were singing gospel songs, Commission, the Winans, whoever.
Shit, Take Six.
Come
on with it now.
But when we did do some clubs in R&B, we used to sing Levert all the time.
Yeah.
That was like one R&B groups we digressed to. But anyway, when we got with Keith, we did, the first song was my favorite song on the album, Gave to You by the 5 Stair Steps.
No,
Okay.
it was by
That's the Delphine.
Delphine.
That's the Delphine.
Sorry, Delphine.
Your boy from 5 Step produced it.
Kenny, the producer from
Kenny
the 5
produced
Steps.
it.
So we was doing R&B. We got all the way to the end of the record. And we done Girl You For Me and Baby It's You.
All the same
We
shit.
all-
Everything else you
He
like,
came in there and dropped Freak Me on us. Check this out, baby.
that's a culture
This
shock.
the
Yeah.
one, baby. This the one, baby. And he
I
dropped
can see
Freak
that.
Me, baby.
I can see that.
We looked at each other like, who gonna tell their mama first? Because
Wow.
I don't know if I
You
don't
gotta
know
just
if
let her hear it on the radio.
I don't know.
We go deeper than that. The first session, I didn't make the first session because I was working at Domino's at the time. I didn't know if this Keith Sweat stuff was gonna work out. We had done a bunch of stuff, but Keith still wasn't chalking up no bag.
Right.
And so we had 2 sessions we were gonna do. The first session I missed. And I remember talking to Tim. Tim was like, I said, Tim, about the song. He said, the song is cool. It's a little risque, but it's cool. I came in the second day. I got my little spot the thing. We started singing, Let Me Lick You Up and Down. Let my mama go kill.
Oh yeah, you gotta think back then. Yeah.
Yes.
And yeah, but
Yes.
see,
Thank God for our
Come
gospel
from the church,
background,
yeah.
though, because when they used to take us to school
Yeah, I
to
can
do
see.
promotions to go see the kids in the schools, they thinking we finna sing some freak.
Now, how old are y'all at this time?
What, 15, 18, 19?
Wow. Okay. So
19, 18.
No, not when Freak Me came out. Y'all wasn't.
It was like 19, 20, right?
Oh, okay.
Somewhere around
19, 20.
okay, that actually makes sense though.
But
I
my
know
point
how
is,
old. I don't know how old y'all old niggas.
my point
You
is,
trying to say you was 31? That was saying. Nigga told me you was 31.
but we used to flip it. We used to flip it and just go back to our gospel roots and sing to the kids gospel songs.
Wow. So Free Me comes and you're like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I'm the oldest nigga. I was in my early 20s, nigga. I was in my early 20s. Fess up.
Somebody was trying to make a point. Who was talking at the time?
Who next?
I was.
So Freak Me. So Keith comes and says, this is the one.
Yeah.
And all of y'all are like,
Oh, we all in the studio like we singing exactly what he told us to sing, and that's just it. Because we don't know how to navigate that terrain. We ain't never been in that terrain.
Yeah.
Man, I'm coming.
So everything, so it was like this. He'll have Lil G in the booth sing a lead. He'll say, "Baby, it don't stop." Sing it like that, G. And then he have to sing it his full, the way he just sang it his. But it was like Keith had us like, I'm like he was in there
Fucking
being a
puppet
mastermind with a pup. He's like, I got the
We
G.I. Joe with the
confronted him about it though. We kind of went to him softly. I say softly, meaning not aggressively. And we just mentioned, well, we don't know, Keith. This song is such and such. Trust me, baby. Just trust me, baby.
Trust me, baby.
And I
Yeah,
think
baby,
the nigga, I
got
just
all
thanked
these
him
plaques on
again
the wall
last
for
week when I
nothing,
saw
baby. You
him.
know what I mean? You got to
Yeah, I
trust
can
me,
see
baby.
that.
I know what I'm doing, baby. I tell you, I know what I'm doing.
Just listen to me, baby. I got this. I got this, baby. Just listen to me.
You gonna make
that's
us be the
crazy
scapegoat.
though.
You gonna
I'm
make us
coming-
the scapegoat on the freaky
I'm
side.
coming from Nashville, Tennessee. Bobby Jones gospel.
Straight up Bobby Jones gospel. Straight up Bobby Jones gospel.
Church musician in Manny Missionary Baptist Church. Singing at every church in Nashville, Tennessee.
True story.
But the kicker killer was I was still doing my club stuff on the weekend.
On the weekend.
With the Sioux City Band. So, you know.
He was living a double life.
It wasn't that
moonlighting.
bad, you know what I mean?
Duality was key.
Tell them what you were wearing while you were doing the Sioux City Band.
Yeah. I had on my handcuff belts and my kamikaze headbands and my ashen wash 2 pieces.
Wait a minute.
You know, and
your shoes. Tell me how many.
Bobby Jones let you wear that to church.
I had my boots on and everything. Boy,
Oh
let
man,
go.
were the boots made for walking?
Them boots was made for
Oh,
walking.
that's what they do.
What about the sash?
They was made. Oh yeah, with sashes and everything.
You ain't told nobody about a sash.
Hey, you thought I was Jimmy Brown.
Nigga said you had an ascot.
You
Nigga
thought
said
I
you
was Jimmy
had,
Brown.
nigga said you had a gold encrusted ascot.
That's right.
Gold encrusted.
Gold encrusted.
Damn.
You like, nigga, this shit linen.
This been a real
This shit
real
linen.
humbling interview for me. Real humbling interview.
Hold on. I knew you was a real musician. God bless, and I love her to death, and I know who she was at the time. But when I realized you were really playing for Keisha Jackson and Keisha Jackson band, like you just happened to be up there in the band, I said, Negro, you is a real musician. That's musician work. That ain't no feature work. It wasn't like Keisha Jackson featuring Gary Jenkins.
But with Lil G,
like straight up, you was getting the check.
I was playing with Wizard, Tommy Martin, and what was it? Darnell was the drummer.
let's tell them about when you came to audition for the group, though.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Ooh.
13 people.
So wait,
came.
what was the
13
what was the
kids
original
came.
group?
The original group is the 4 of us.
Okay.
Now, hold on.
And Tiger.
How deep y'all want to take?
So wait, who started the group? Who started the
The
group?
standard version.
Nah, we got this the kickback. That's the kickback.
I almost kind of want to say.
Myself.
Okay, I'll give everybody credit. Listen, we in Atlanta. I give everybody credit is due. So originally, Silk was a 6-man group. When I met Silk, Silk was a 6-man group.
And look at it now.
Yeah. Okay. So it was 6-man. No, it was a
6-man group again.
It was a 6-man group without me being.
It's a 6-man group again.
And I was competing against. You right? You know what?
Won't he do it?
We're gonna do the cake every time. So so when I originally we gonna take it down the rabbit hole. Like I said when I was outside.
Let's go.
I'm from Decatur. When people really be like, well, where you really? I'm from Decatur. Well, Decatur is Columbia and Southwest DeKalb. And when I was at Southwest DeKalb, they were at Columbia. When I competed against them in talent show, they showed up 6 deep. They showed up 6 deep and famous in Decatur.
Okay.
And Zoe came to fight.
So oh no, Zoe.
I'm already knowing. That's why that's my nigga.
Hold on. Not only was Zoe in the group, he was famous for being outside the group and being the Sandman, brushing everybody off, and then being in the
Sandman
group.
and everybody else?
They don't even go together. Like that's like some Monopoly stuff that didn't nobody talk about at the time. Okay, so
we can find that video.
So what happens is they come to Southwest DeKalb High School. I go to Southwest. I sing. I play ball like I told y'all. And I got a sister and some cousins. I had to sneak to go sing R&B stuff. We do the talent show.
Redhead boy.
They see that's how I got the group. What he doing right now? How
That's
I got
when you
the
know
group.
it's good. Like,
He just said the redhead girls.
That's when it's good.
So we competed against them. As I was the cab, they still managed to come in first. We were second. Oh, so that goes down. That goes down. I don't know them. A year later, in the off season, we go to. It wasn't my church. It was we were all visiting another church. We were singing another church. And the second time I saw them, though, they had 4 guys in the group. It was 1, 2, 3, and his little brother. You can't go from 6 to 4 without losing something.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, but I still had the same. I had my sister and my cousins, so they all girls, and we did what we do. They did what they do. But
And we was at them too. That's kind of how we.
was it Tiger was there too? Okay. So what? Yes, he was there. No, Tiger was there because Tiger is the one that actually talked to. So what happened was they saw my cousin. Tiger was the one that actually spoke to one of my cousins, got the number, and started talking to him. So he did. He went in. So what happens a week later? I'm over at my cousin's house. She on the phone with Tiger, and she said, "Hey, I'm on the phone with Tiger." I said, "Well, tell Tiger." I said, "What's up? If they ever need a 5th, I'm down." Tiger says, "We've been talking about that, but we didn't want to say nothing. We didn't want to disrespect y'all. But we really interested in it. If that's what you want to do, we tell them to come through tomorrow." And so that's what I was telling y'all earlier. So the next day I go. They singing. I find my note. They looking around like, okay, he found his note. All that's done. They do what they do with the prayer. I jump in the prayer. They looking at me like, well, you supposed to be here then. I'm looking at them like, well, this is what I want to do.
Right.
And going back to Shouty here.
And when did you audition?
So his audition.
With your ass guy.
He got a whole thing.
Hold on, let me get the build up. First of all.
Did you have a cape on?
Let me tell you something. If he didn't come in there like Superman, he was gonna lose to a pretty boy named Quasimodo, and then CeeLo was supposed to come to the audition too.
CeeLo Green?
CeeLo Green was supposed to come to the audition too for Silk.
No,
What?
No, let's not.
No. CeeLo
A
Green.
pretty boy
Hold
named
on.
Quasimodo. I'm stuck on that.
Oh, you stuck on quick.
That-
Hey.
that-
You know who else was stuck on that? Keith Sweat.
But we want it.
We was no Keith wanted Quasimodo. We was like the little dude. We want the little dude.
Wow.
John said we want. John said he wants the little dude to look like a turtle. We want the little dude. That what John said about you. Got no.
I don't remember saying
And you know
that.
what? You know what? Let me tell you. He did say that shit because I seen it on video. So
Lil G was the only guy that came in there with his own shit. He came in there with his own boot box, whatever you call them radios back in the day, boom box. He came in there dressed up in a suit.
Huh.
And he came in there and sung everybody out the room. But Keith couldn't see that because he was looking at... Hold on a second.
He sang to Keith Sweat's girl.
What?
I'm surprised you didn't get sent home.
Grabbed her by the hand
He was almost.
and started serenading her.
He didn't know that was Keith's
I
girl.
swear I thought I saw a color come out of his left pocket. Cause he was that close, and Keith looked at him like the gall of you. I'm Keith Sweat.
How
He didn't
dare
know that
you?
was his girl.
Second after to my
But you
girl.
sound good.
He didn't know that was his girl. It was
knew.
it was a lot of kids there.
You
and stuff.
don't you lie to me, Soul Train. You fucking knew. You fucking knew. Get the fuck out of here. You fucking knew. Don't you
But
fucking
yeah,
lie to me, Soul
He
Train.
did his own thing. He was the only one who sung his own music and all of that.
Oh, you had your own music and everything.
Yeah.
What did you sing in your audition? Give us a little taste.
I sung a song called
Remind me.
"A Rose Can Only Grow from the Rain,"
Something like that.
A rose can go from.
How did it go, Lil G?
and I did an up-tempo song called "I Think I Got a Thing."
Okay.
I mean, you
remember
in
that.
control of the world is your domain, my brother.
Yeah, how they
That's dope.
sound?
Captain your own ship. How'd it go?
What was it?
Give us a
Sorry that I made you cry. What is it?
Now keep in mind, he played his own music.
Apologize. It was just a mistake. And something then. Love is a flower
He sung this in
in
29
the
years.
garden of life, trying to survive.
That's it.
I'm glad you didn't do that in audition.
See,
Go
that's the note I was
and
waiting for.
cry, baby, don't be ashamed, 'cause all you gotta know.
See, that's when he grabbed the hand.
I got a question. I got a question. Before you auditioned, had you heard Quasimodo? Oh, cause that's important. The niggas be like, I'm gonna change his ass. You know what I'm saying? No. I'm saying if you heard Quasimodo, you gonna go in there like shit.
No. How about I ran into Quasimodo some years later in Walmart? Quasimodo pulled me to the side. I was like, yo,
He
man,
was a greeter?
I understand why you said da-da-da-da. No, he had to tell me who he was. Respectful. I just remember that night. Y'all don't understand. We went to the back. Keith was like, yeah, I think we need to go with the pretty nigga.
We need to get
And we,
that.
and we like, no.
No, we got one pretty. His name Pretty Ricky right now. We got one pretty.
Pretty
But
Ricky, what
really,
they
we
call
wanted
him.
the guy with the vocals and
Yeah.
the big voice.
Yeah.
We got old
Keith was looking at the imagery.
Now we didn't know that John would go from light skin to paper bag brown. We didn't know that was gonna happen over time. But at the time, we thought we was already winning because he
He
was
got
light
that damn
skin.
reason
Back
to
then,
lie
he was very light skinned with a whole bunch of hair and a gold in the front. Like we thought we had the pretty dude
I had
down.
a champagne glass with bubbles. I was gonna get some diamonds in the 3 bubbles.
We thought we had the dude. You know what I mean? We didn't need no more pretty. We needed.
This nigga had that gold and he had like a champagne glass, had the 3 bubbles, he had diamonds in here.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I inspired to put diamonds in
And
those
trust
3
me,
bubbles.
Nigga,
That
could you
dentist
rap?
appointment
I
when
ain't
Keith
never
sent
get
him
that.
to the doctor to get that fixed.
Keith sent you to the doctor to get
Get
your
that
teeth.
fixed.
Hell yeah, I
Trust me.
guarantee you he did. He's like, yeah, that's a country dog. I already know, Keith. Thank you. I know, Keith.
exactly
Yeah, what the- he like, that's a country, that's a country dog.
That's exactly what
Yeah,
he said.
you got to know we free. I know,
They
Keith.
sat me down.
He almost said we free.
I'm sure.
But
They sat me down in the damn dinner chair. They cut that damn gold in 4 pieces.
Wait, they did that nigga like Mr. T?
They made a crumb.
Remember Mr. T, they used to put that
it in
nigga-
a little bag for me. And said,
Yeah, we made you a ring, nigga.
take that bag.
The inside information you are getting right here on the Kickback Podcast, man, is so valuable right now. Like, we've seen the unsungs and all these stories and all that. We ain't heard this stuff right here.
Oh, Lord.
We ain't heard this right
We
here.
just found out about Quasimodo.
Yeah, quite.
Shout out to Quasimodo.
shout out to Quasimodo.
Shout out to Quasimodo. But Quasimodo can't fuck with you, Gary.
So okay. We got like 5 minutes. So okay, hold on.
Okay.
So you audition, y'all go back. Y'all and Keith, y'all, you know, you used to have a little conference. What happens in that conference? Because Keith is still pulling for the other dude, right?
He's pulling for the other dude, and we begging. We pulling for G. So he broke down at the end, if I remember correctly, and said, "It's your group.
It's your group. Whatever you decide to do, it's on y'all."
But no, but remember,
That means he agreed with you, but he didn't want to be wrong.
He didn't want to be wrong.
But it didn't stop there. It didn't stop there. So the next, I think it was 2 days later, we had a studio session. And we had told him about the studio session.
Told G.
Yeah. So we all come to the session, but Keith wants to go in the back and still debate who should be in the group. Now, what we didn't tell y'all earlier is we had an alternate that we met with Keith.
Okay.
And Keith was not happy about that alternate.
Okay.
Okay. So there was just multiple conversations going on. And what happened was while we in the back talking, they put him on the mic. They put him on the mic. The same baby as you.
But wait, and you knew that was going on. You knew that they was debating.
You know what? No,
You just showed your ass for no damn reason.
Case, let me give you props. Because I've never heard anybody ask that question whether or not he knew that we were in the back meeting about his fate in the group.
Right.
I never knew that. But what I know is we was in the back talking about it. And it was a knock on the door. It was Ira. He said, you got to come hear this. So Keith walks out. We all walk out and listen. It's his vocals on Baby It's You. And he blowing. And at that point, Keith was like,
Tell the truth, you left the studio like this. And kicked my ass also. I know you did. Matter of fact, you would go home tonight and be like, shit.
Damn, yo.
I love shit like that.
I mean, even for me, I was just always like,
I love shit like that.
For me, I was always like,
we knew he
I
was
didn't
the guy.
understand what the debate about.
Well,
I'm like,
we knew he was
do
the guy.
y'all hear this motherfucker?
But you gotta understand our process. We have picked, like he said, it was 6 guys in the group at one time. We've been through kids, family members.
Right.
We done had niggas in and out of the group like in the last 3 years.
I've been called kind,
You know, so we knew when we heard that voice. That was it.
yeah.
That's the closer.
When
That's
you know,
it.
you know.
What do you do?
You know.
What is there else to say?
You know.
Yeah.
But until Keith heard him on the mic, for real, it was over.
Because he couldn't deny that.
Now he couldn't get out the studio because he had him singing so many riffs over and over the same way.
You know, I was right there doing maintenance. You could have came to scoop the nigga.
I low key believe. Like, I really feel like he was back there in the back, like, y'all ready? Y'all ready for me? Y'all ready for me already?
But that's cool.
Man, listen.
That's cool. Hey, Kate, come on. Who said rage?
Man,
Shouts out to
listen.
iRock.
Yeah. This has been
I rock and righteous.
This has been an incredible episode of the Kickback Podcast, man. Like,
it's awesome.
I know.
I hate the
My
fact that we gotta
brothers, man.
bounce.
I love
Like, I hate
y'all.
the
I
fact.
Oh man,
I hate the fact that we gotta go, but
Shout out to Dustin Bryson. I know you don't want to be heard. We throwing that name out there just in
Oh,
case.
that's my nigga too. Yeah, that's my dude.
You know, yeah.
That's our business partner.
I call him Kaiser Sose because he do a whole bunch of stuff in the industry. At the end of the day, you don't know what he touching, what he not.
I want to say I'm happy. I'm humbled to be in the group now.
Man, we
shout
gonna
out
do
to
the
Nook,
Silkcase experience is
Lil
coming.
Ridge.
yo, that needs to be a thing for real though. Like we bullshitting right now, but that needs to be a thing for real.
The Silkcase. I'm not mad at this.
Nigga,
Listen.
I'm not singing after this nigga.
Well, okay, we'll
Wait
put
a
you.
minute, what?
Okay, we'll put you on the
Wait,
first
what?
verse, nigga. Just relax. We got you. We'll put you on first verse.
What? Did you just say that?
Nigga, I was timid.
Oh shit!
Spell it.
A lion.
Listen, we're gonna make that happen some type of way. I think that would be dope. I think that'd be incredible.
I agree with
And Kickback gonna sponsor that thing.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Listen, man. Listen, man. I can't even say how much we appreciate not only you guys being here, but just exposing the audience to stuff that they have not heard before, man.
And thank y'all for pushing that R&B group shit forward.
Yeah,
That's
man.
our job.
Facts.
And I appreciate y'all for that. Definitely. All right. Y'all did your job, and y'all still doing
blessing.
it.
It's a blessing to be
Still doing it.
original. It's a blessing to be original. Like everybody can't say that. Everybody can't.
You right.
That's why I
You
be
right.
looking at Lil G like, yo, dude, we the original.
Yeah, facts.
You can't. He be trying to tell me, you know, your name, my name. We Gary and Gary. At the end of the day, no, you got to be there, dog.
Yeah.
You got to be. We all got to be there.
That's right.
He spelled
So-
his with a Z at the end, but the Z is silent.
Like I feel like I got 40 seconds. I feel like based off
real
the,
nigga
If I,
shit.
yo,
Hold on.
hey, you got permission on air. If I go first, you can get my spot. I don't want to go first, but if I do, you get my spot.
So look, I feel like
I'm
this.
done.
Nah.
I feel
I'm
like
here to sing background.
hold on, Case. I feel like this. I feel like the energy amongst y'all brothers shows that there is so much more stuff to come. Like there's so much more silk to come on top of y'all solo projects, right? But y'all have lived so much life over the course of this journey
Still living.
that you got a whole lot more shit to talk about collectively. You understand what I'm saying? So listen, the audience is looking forward
back
to it.
like Voltron.
Yeah, the audience is looking forward to it. The chemistry gonna always be there. The harmony gonna always be there, man. And we appreciate you coming through and just blessing the audience with some different stuff, some inside stuff. You know what I mean?
I'd like to thank the Kickback, man, and everything y'all do for the industry right now.
Y'all always welcome.
Always.
You know y'all family.
Always.
Just know that it is new Silk music coming for our anniversary year next year. So don't fret, it's coming. We coming hard. And we come
Y'all
to make a
welcome
statement.
anytime. Y'all family, and Michael Jackson is the best.
But let me say this on behalf of Prince.
These nuts. It's a wrap.